Woodward Sports, let's go! Woodward Sports, let's go!
Woodward Sports Network, let's go!
Ah, yeah. It is a beautiful Wednesday morning right here on Woodward Avenue. Welcome to the Woodward Sports Network, Detroit's all-digital sports network. My name is Stick. To my right this morning.
Yo, what's the word? It's Corey.
To my left this morning.
Joey, hello.
And over there in producer booth, we have Alex, and we have Fish in the sound booth, and we actually have Fish Cam today. Alex, can you throw it to Fish Cam real quick? Hi, Fish.
Oh, snap.
Isn't that awesome?
Hey, Fish.
Yeah, so we can see Fish's beautiful face whenever he chimes in correcting me on facts that I do not know throughout the show. Thank you for waking up with us. Thank you for sharing this and being a part of it on all of our social media and listening on our brand new app, which is available in Apple and Google Play stores. Let's see. We got a lot to talk about today. Not only are we going to do our Coney review, Detroit Dog Rescue is going to be in the house, plus a lot of big stuff happened yesterday. I mean, let's kick it off with the biggest news in Detroit. Franchise Tag Day was yesterday. Yesterday during the morning show, we were just kind of hypothesizing what was going to happen with Kenny Golladay. Are they going to keep him? Are they going to let him go? They offered him money. He turned it down. Then they didn't offer him a damn thing and said, thank you, we're taking a third-round pick. Get your ass out of here. And Kenny Golladay will no longer be a Detroit Lion.
Hey, I'm with it. You know, the reports out there of him having some questionable behaviors, theatrics over the past, couple of months. And I think it's time to move on. You have a guy that turned down a deal last year for 18 to 19 million per season. Now, granted, I don't know when he actually turned it down. We know it was last year, but when it was, because you don't know whether it was after Patricia and Quinn got fired, whether it was before that. I didn't hear that part, but if he turned it down because he didn't want to come back with them, I get that. But still, he had a chance to be one of the top paid wide receivers. Michael Thomas is getting 19.25, and that's like out of the top tier receivers, he's getting paid that. And Golladay wanted to be in that conversation, and he only had really 2 years of production. I think that was not the smartest move for him, but hey, more power to him. Ravens apparently want to throw some money at him. So do the Eagles. Hey, peace out.
Yeah, no, I mean, that's kind of the way it is. You're no longer a part of the squad. I really don't got much to do with you.
See, it was crazy.
Thanks for playing.
I was looking at the stats because obviously we keep hearing like, well, he only had this one season. So I dug deep to see statistics through Kenny Galladay's first 47 career games with the Lions.
Yeah, did you see that compared to Calvin Johnson?
Compared to Calvin
Go
Johnson.
ahead. I won't steal your thunder. Go ahead.
So to run through this, Kenny Golladay in his first 47 games with the Lions had 3,068 reception yards and 21 touchdowns.
Yep.
Calvin Johnson in the same amount of games, first 47 in his career, 3,166 receiving yards, which is just 100 more than Kenny Golladay, and just one more touchdown than he had at 22 touchdowns.
Yeah, I mean, when you compare those two stats like that, it looks like, oh, no, they let the next Calvin Johnson go. But honestly, Kenny Golladay isn't near the level of Calvin Johnson. Stat-wise, a little bit, but different teams, different times, different situations. I respect Kenny Golladay for all he did here, and, he did make some great catches.
Oh, yeah, that's beautiful right there.
It was a steal from where we drafted him to what he turned into, but if we're going to put him up against big play CJ, I don't know what to tell you.
There is no putting him in the same conversation of Calvin Johnson, but he was... Let's be real. When he did come in those past couple of years, when he actually did play, he was pretty good. Damn good replacement, but put him in that same conversation with CJ is a bit much.
Yep.
I think the biggest thing with it, though, is when you play here in Detroit, and not to take away anything from Calvin Johnson, I feel like the Lions are just known for padding their stats. End of the game, things like that, where we just start adding numbers. So I honestly take those stats with a grain of salt. I mean, it is sweet that those stats in his first 47 career games with the Lions compare to Calvin Johnson.
Right.
But I don't overlook that. I look at the last season, the injuries, how he handled that. And that's the biggest thing.
And that's also how I also looked at Matt Stafford's stats, because everybody was saying, oh, he had all these great stats, but a lot of those were coming from behind. like trying to come back in games or just garbage time stats where the Lions are already blown out by 21 points or something like that. So he's going ahead and just chucking the ball up there, and that's what they call him, stat Padford.
Yep.
So that's it's kind of the same thing with Kenny Golladay. A lot of his stats over these past couple of years came when the Lions were already blown out in the games, not when they were like ahead and kicking people's ass.
Yeah, so, I mean, we could talk about Kenny Golladay. We kind of have the last couple of days, like, leading up to what this decision was going to be. But let's more focus on the Lions and who is still here right now. Where do the Lions go for this? Do you guys really think now at number 7 they have to take a wide receiver, or do you think they can still hold back and kind of wait and see who's available? Because for what I'm seeing, like, the Lions aren't just looking at skill positions in this draft.
I looked at a couple of mock drafts, and a lot of them have the Lions going wide receiver at number 7. I've seen some of them had Jalen Waddle, Jamar Chase.
Yep.
On a lot of them. I looked at Maurice Jones-Drew draft board on NFL.com, and he had us taking Devontae Smith at 7, which actually shocked me because I thought he was slipping down on some of the boards. So
what, Maurice Jones-Drew is who we go off of now?
hey, he played former NFL running back. Maybe he can see something that we can.
Fantasy stud for 2 years.
That's about it.
Little bowling ball. Joey, what do you think? You think at number 7 we have to go wide receiver now?
I mean, you said it. You got to look at what is on the board now and reevaluate it. I mean, I first off want to just start it off by saying I still do want a quarterback because I think that we still need that in case there is some issues with Goff. And then next year it's like we're not in the same situation where it's like, damn, we don't really have a quarterback. What do we do? Panic mode. And then he gets to learn under Goff because you can't take it away from Goff. I mean, he might have not been performing at the highest level recently, but he has at some point in his career. So for me, I look at this as a wide receiver is not a position that you really, really need. I mean, yeah, Jamar Chase, Devontae Smith, they're great receivers, but there's always good receivers.
Yeah, what I'm hearing, or actually it's a fact, the Lions were at the pro day for Rashawn Slater, the offensive tackle. Mm-hmm. So you're seeing the Lions vet out everybody. And one of the things that I've seen people tweeting about and writing about is, are the Lions just tanking right now? Because they didn't franchise tag Kenny Golladay, they didn't franchise tag Romeo Okwara. They just let pretty much their 2 best players walk for nothing. I mean, we're going to get compensatory picks back for Kenny Golladay, but at very best, it's going to be a 3rd-round pick. It's not like we're cashing in on that. I don't think the Lions are tanking by any stretch of the imagination, but I do think they're clearing house and setting a new culture. And if they go offensive lineman with that number 7 pick, it's really putting a stamp down that, oh, God, these guys are different. These guys are completely different. They're seeing the game different, and they're trying to take us in a completely different direction than we've ever been in.
I think them not franchise tagging Romeo Okwara was different. Their reasons from not franchising Kenny Golladay. Golladay, we know they wanted him back by the reports of the contract extension. With Okwara, I think it's more so that the new defensive coordinator, Aaron Glenn, and probably Aubrey Pleasant, they probably see something that they want, some guys that they want to bring in, and Okwara he did all right for
that system.
That system, but he may not fit what they need. So like, hey, he's good, but is he a guy that we really want? Is he a guy that we can see succeeding under what we're trying to do? And that's probably why they let him go.
And it helps us with cap space. Yeah. Let's be honest. Not re-signing that guy gives us a little bit more leverage because the Lions are up against it with the cap right now. And that's why I was surprised they actually offered Kenny Golladay $18 to $19 million a year last year. I don't know how they fit that into the budget. I honestly don't. I mean, we can't afford that right now.
I guess they were going to go into with the luxury tax and having to pay that, but. Man, I'm curious to see what deal Golladay is going to get in free agency. If somebody offers him that 18 to 19 mil, more power to you. If he gets anything less than 18 million, that to me just means that he was playing hardball with the Lions and did not want to be in Detroit.
How bad do you want that to happen, though? I want that to happen so bad because anybody, especially of his level, he wasn't at that elite level yet. I mean, you could say that arguably when you look at these stats, he's on the cusp of it. But man, I do not want him to get this big deal now.
Yeah, we're getting some comments in the chat right now on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter. So make sure you're commenting, and we'll read some of these comments back. They're saying, no, do not draft a wide receiver at 7. Get a free agent. There's so many available. I like that. There are lots of wide receivers available. And how do you think Jared Goff is feeling right now? That he came here and he had Kenny Golladay kind of in the door as a weapon. Now he's looking at his wide receiver core, and it's like, I got Tyrell Williams, I got Quintez Cephas. Let's do this. What is he thinking right now?
He's thinking, hopefully Hawkinson turns into Travis Kelce, and he, from statistically, he's not too far off, but Goff has got to be wondering what in the hell did I get myself into? Well, I mean, I got traded, so what the hell am I getting myself into? What did I get myself into? That means that he didn't actually get traded there.
Yeah. So, I mean, it's a turnover for the Lions. Obviously, the best wide receiver that we had on the squad is gone. Marvin Jones is going to be gone. Danny Amendola is gone. Really, the only 2 wide receivers we have on the roster, like I mentioned, Tyrell Williams and Quintez Cephas. I expect big things out of Cephas this year. But really, the star of the Detroit Lions right now, who is the face of the Lions right now? Now that Galladay's gone, now that Stafford's gone, now that Okwara's gone, who is the face of the Detroit Lions right now?
Honestly, I think it would be between Hawkinson and DeAndre Swift. I can't see anybody else.
Yeah, I mean, really, those are the only ones. That's crazy.
Isn't that crazy to think about? This automatically thrusts either a second-year player in DeAndre Swift as our highlight, our big guy, or third-year tight end Hawkinson. And, I mean, you look around the league, how many teams is their star the tight end? 0.
Yeah, not many. Only time I can remember a star on a team being the tight end was back when Tony Gonzalez played for the Kansas City Chiefs. He was the star of the Chiefs, no matter, hands down.
Right? No, that's a great point. Actually, I didn't even think about him. Yeah, because you think about Travis Kelce, but you got Mahomes and Tyreek Hill on that team. He's not necessarily the lone star. You think about George Kittle. Kittle may be the lone star for San Francisco.
I'll agree with that.
But Kyle Shanahan's run offense is just so prolific. Even though they have multiple backs, that's still the focus of their offense. So outside of Kittle right now, there's no team that has a tight end as a lead, and that kind of scares me if Hawkinson is it for us.
For that very reason, we got to just put Prater at that leader. We got to. Who's the person now that comes out to coin toss? It's going to be them 3.
We should just send Matt Prater out for everything. I love Matt Prater. He's the best.
Especially every time you talk about teams, on our lower thirds at the bottom of these screens, right about here. We can start having pictures of Prater now instead of Stafford, instead of Golladay.
Yeah, it really leaves the Lions in a starless position right now. So you hope DeAndre Swift can pick up where he left off last season, and you hope that Hawkinson keeps turning into the monster that Hawkinson is. I like this in the comments though. Dan Campbell is the star of this team.
That would be the first coach that is ever the head of it like that.
No, I mean Belichick's the star. Well, I guess he had Brady.
Yeah.
Pete Carroll. He's a star, but Jimmy Johnson was a star, but he had his big 3. So, yeah, Dan Campbell, the lone soldier out here right now. And I'm okay with that.
Now, a couple of people said something on the internet the other day. Well, not internet, the other day, yesterday. And it made me really wonder this. I want to ask you guys this. Why do you think the Lions did not franchise tag Golladay and then tried to trade him?
I don't know, honestly. We've heard rumors that the dude's become a headache over the past couple years, that he's become an absolute diva. Started out as a nice, humble kid, then got a little bit of that pocket money and started popping bottles. And
But what money? I mean, I can't rip on someone that's made just about $5 million in their career.
Yeah, that's money.
But when you talk about NFL and elite players, you're not amongst those conversations with $5 million.
Right, but when you start doing well and you start carrying yourself like you're a $20 million man and you're expecting that, just because you're not making that doesn't mean your attitude isn't reflecting that you feel you should make that. And honestly, that's what we've been hearing within our sources about Kenny Golladay and the Lions organization. Like, they loved the guy. When they brought him in, he was nice, he was humble, he was hardworking, and then it turned into pay me. Like we were talking yesterday, he turned into Rod Tidwell. Show me the money. That's all I want. Show me the money.
Show me that you're on the field.
Right.
I mean, if you're hurt, here's the thing. I'm never going to knock a guy for being hurt. If you're hurt, then you're hurt. But if there are rumors out there and people are saying like, hey, he could have actually took the field and he didn't, not feeling that.
No, that's not the teammate I want. That's not the people I want to build around. So, I mentioned it earlier in the week. It's like the Joe Dumars, no knucklehead shit. Just get out of here if that's the way you're going to be, if that's how you're going to disrespect the organization. We ain't got time for that. Like, we're trying to build something special here. So if you think you're a diva and you think you're better than anybody else in the league, then okay, we offered you $18 million. If that's not good enough, good luck.
I'm also trying to figure out like this. Wide receivers, they not only want money, they want them stats.
Yes.
They want those numbers. I'm trying to, like, he's talking about going to Baltimore. Not, he's talking about, reports are that Baltimore and the Eagles and even the Patriots, for everybody's a landing spot for the Patriots apparently, but those are the teams that are in the mix for him.
Right.
I'm trying to think of, like, if I'm Kenny Golladay, why, whether we had Matthew Stafford or Jared Goff, both of those are better QB situations than where he might be going to unless a contender opens a checkbook somewhere, and he still may not get close to what he's asking for. I'm trying to figure out which QB situation will be better for him than the one that he has right now, and I don't see it.
Yeah, I mean, you mentioned the Eagles earlier. I think that'd be a good landing spot for him. They definitely need the wide receiver help. You're scared that maybe like the Packers reach out to him or something like that. Like, I don't want to see him in the division. As much as I've been talking about how it's okay that he's walking away, he is a talented wide receiver, and he would be a problem if he had, Aaron Rodgers throwing on the ball. So I don't want to see that in our division. Just like Stafford, hope he stays healthy, hope he finds his way with another team, but now you're going up against the Lions, and you the enemy. That's it. That's just how it goes.
I look at this so much more deeply, and I probably overthinking this a little bit too much, but you bring up a good point by saying, why would they not franchise tag him and then trade him? Do you think that they've tried shopping him around and no teams had interest?
Ooh, maybe.
At the price point that he's at? Because obviously teams got interest.
Let's say this. You know what, to your point, if we're hearing the same stuff that we're hearing about Golladay, other teams are hearing some of that same stuff. GMs talk, coaches talk, owners talk. So if they tried to shop him and couldn't get rid of him, then we're gonna see that reflected in free agency.
Yeah, and we'll find out. That's the best part. Not only is free agency about to hit the market, was that March 17th?
Yeah.
March 17th,
next week.
St. Patrick's Day. And then the draft is 50 days away. We're 50 days away from the draft. And so I love the NFL, how even though they have the shortest season, you can talk about them all year long because of how they stagnated everything, and just it stays relevant so long.
I got to give it to the league for that, because basketball, I love basketball. Like, I love basketball more than football, but at the same time, the NBA cannot keep that train going like the NFL can. You can, like you said, you can literally talk about the NFL every day. You can't talk about NBA every day and keep it entertaining.
Right. No, the NFL is just like a real life soap opera, and I absolutely love it. It's my guilty pleasure. So other people that got franchise tagged yesterday, local boy Allen Robinson.
Yeah, I was kind of hurt by that, because as soon as I finished my Kenny Golladay article, when I was talking about potential players, other Alex, he'll tell you, as soon as I hit send on the article, boom, Allen Robinson. I'm like.
And I got to give a shout out to my man Justin, our graphics guy, because, when we pull graphics for players like Kenny Golladay, obviously we put him in a Lions uniform. Look what he did with Allen Robinson on that screen right there.
We put him in the same area.
Look down right about here. There you go. Yeah. Right about there. There you go. Allen Robinson out of Orchard Lake St. Mary's, my old high school. But no, he got franchise tagged yesterday from the Bears. Smart move from the Bears. Like, if they lost him, they didn't have a damn thing.
They had no choice. And if you're trying to get a trade for Russell Wilson or or even Deshaun Watson still, those guys are going to nix any trade coming to Chicago if they don't even at least have Allen Robinson to show for.
And exactly, that's exactly what I was thinking. Like, all they did was insulate themselves to get a better quarterback. Because if you're looking at, I only got Miller and Tyreek Cohen coming out of the backfield, and that's what I'm trying to sell Russell Wilson or Deshaun Watson. That ain't happening. You got Allen Robinson, who had, 102 catches last year, his career high. He's proven to do it with multiple quarterbacks. Mitch Trubisky, Blake Bortles, Nick Foles. He constantly puts up numbers, gets the ball. I love Allen Robinson a lot because he went to my former high school, but at the same time, when you watch this guy play, he is just an efficient, great wide receiver and probably the most underrated wide receiver in the game.
How do you think he feels about getting franchise tag? Do you think he's happy with staying in Chicago, or do you think he wants to really hit that open market?
I think you wanted to hit the open market, man.
Me too.
It goes back to when you're getting recruited for college. Like, you want to go pick where you want to go. You know, like, you don't. I've had this situation before, actually, when I worked in Grand Rapids. I signed like a 3-year contract out there, and once 2.5 years was up, they had the option to extend me another year, and they did it, and I hated it. I hated it because I didn't have an option. Like, even though I signed the contract giving them the option to do that, like, I hated that they enforced it. So anytime you're forced to be somewhere, whether you want to be there or not, I'm the type of person that's like, just don't force me. Like, just let me choose to be here.
Especially for him. I mean, he came from Jacksonville. So it's like, obviously, he's from here in Detroit, then goes out to Jacksonville, then he's got to go back to the Midwest and the cold out there in Chicago. But, I mean, this is the same thing as a freaking car lease. You want it for 2-3 years, and you're gone. On to the next one.
Yep. I love that picture of him in that same Aries uniform. Another wide receiver that got franchise tagged yesterday, Chris Godwin for Tampa Bay. And this was important for Tampa Bay, to me, actually, because Tom Brady, after the Super Bowl, said he wanted to keep the whole squad together. And this was one of the pieces that they didn't really have locked up. I mean, Godwin was only making about $800,000 a year. He was still on his rookie contract. If he would have hit the free agent market, he would have gotten money Kenny Golladay was asking for.
I agree, and that is why the Buccaneers are smart for franchise tagging them. It was not in the best interest of Godwin, because you know he wanted to hit that open market and get that big payday, but it's definitely in the best interest of the Buccaneers. Like you said, Tom Brady wants to bring the gang back together, and if you can get a guy like Godwin for that amount of money, go ahead and do it. I just hope, like, later on, as we talked about the other day about the franchise tag, I hope they make some changes to this, because NFL is a violent sport. We know that the rules are the rules, but some of those guys should have the opportunity to hit the open market and get a payday if somebody wants to pay him, because for Godwin's talent, for at around that 800, even not if it was 900,000, that's still, he's still getting underpaid.
Oh, yeah. No, they stole him this year.
So.
Luckily, they rewarded him with a Super Bowl, though.
Yeah.
Like, I'm sure if you went across the league and asked them, hey, if I paid you the league minimum, but you won a Super Bowl, would you take it? I'm sure 90% of the players would.
Yeah, that having the Super Bowl and know that you're going to come back and potentially compete for another one, I think that eases the blow a little bit. But at the same time, those guys got to do something to be in this situation with the franchise tag and how teams use it. It's got to be something in the best interest of the player where they can go ahead and get a little bit more money.
Listen, you know Tom Brady somehow always pulls it off. So even if they didn't end up franchise tagging him, you know damn well the Bucs would have figured it out.
They would have. Tom Brady
would have paid him out of his pocket.
Tom Brady would have paid him out of his pocket, or they would have found some veteran wideout who would have, took a discount, not a hometown discount, but took a discount to come to Tampa Bay just for the chance to play with Tom Brady and the chance to compete for a Super Bowl.
That's a beautiful play right there.
Yeah, I like that pylon cam
That
shot,
was great.
too. That's amazing. I got caught up watching that. So Chris Godwin staying put, Allen Robinson staying put, Kenny Golladay is leaving, and Aaron Jones, the running back for the Green Bay Packers, also leaving. They did not give him the franchise tag, which shocked me because A.J. Dillon didn't show me shit this year. I'm actually shocked that they're just like, all right, I wonder what's going through our boy Aaron Rodgers' head right now. Like, listen, last year during the draft, you got me zero help. You drafted a quarterback in the first round. Then you drafted a running back in the second round who we didn't even use during the regular season and very little during the playoffs. Now you're getting rid of my all-star or my Pro Bowl running back, What are you leaving me with here in Green Bay?
I guess Green Bay is just having a knack of ticking off their errands this offseason. I mean, you make the arguably one of the top 3, 5, wherever you want to put them, greatest quarterbacks of all time mad. Then you're gonna make your running back mad, who's had back-to-back 1,000-yard seasons. Last year, the season before last was tied with Derrick Henry for most touchdowns in the NFL. You're going to make those guys mad. I just do not get it. Now, there are reports that they didn't want to use the franchise tag and they want to pay him good money, but not top tier running back money. Okay. I don't get it, but somebody's going to throw some money at Aaron Jones, and Packers going to be SOL.
I mean, it's kind of the inverse of the Allen Robinson and everything, people staying in the division. Good. Get this guy out of our division. I don't want to try to tackle him anymore.
I'm not mad. Hey, Aaron Jones, if as long as you leave the NFC North,
yeah, have fun, buddy.
do what you do.
Yep.
Unless we get him here in Detroit.
He would be a good complimentary piece to Swift. I just don't think we can afford him.
That's way too expensive.
But we couldn't afford him. But speaking of Swift, it's kind of funny. I wanted to talk about that the other day. Deuce Staley was talking about Kerryon Johnson. And he was talking about how he wants his running backs to be able to block and be able to protect the QB, and he likes Kerryon's game on that. But then Anthony Lynn was talking about Swift and said, we'll find somebody else to go with them. Could it be in there? Could they make some moves and get an Aaron Jones?
That would be
I don't know.
I would take that. I think that 1-2 punch would be amazing, and it would take a lot of pressure off Goff. As we know, Goff thrives off the play-action pass, so you're going to need to establish that, and that's why I'm not really upset at the Lions looking at offensive tackles right now either to draft, because we got to build that lineup, and if, like you said, we get Aaron Jones, DeAndre Swift, and top-end linemen in the draft, we're starting to build something here, something that we can build off the play action, give Goff some comfort, and become a better team, which is what this is all about.
I just really hope the Lions trade out of number 7. I really want them to go ahead and I want them to trade back and get some picks,
right?
And then possibly grab one of those tackles and then get another second rounder or first rounder next year. I hope they play their situation better than they played it with getting drafting Jeff Okudah last year. Because again, I had no problem with the Jeff Okudah pick. Even with that season, I'm no hindsight 2020. I just had a problem with him going to number 3.
Yeah, no, they blew their load last year. I mean, they made it they just blew all of their leverage by saying they weren't taking a quarterback.
Yeah, and I don't want them to blow that leverage again with number 7. I believe they have a smarter GM and with Brad Holmes, and then you got Dorsey in there, who's a draft expert. We've seen his work, so hopefully both of those guys are working and meshing together great, and they can play this draft board like some people who know what they're doing. Because you talked about it the other day about why would you have Quinn and Patricia drafting when they have their jobs on the line,
right?
Hopefully these guys don't draft so stupidly and are able to play the game with the board and, sucker some picks out of somebody.
Well, at minimum, you want them to at least pimp Carolina.
Yeah.
Because Carolina's going to try to go for a quarterback, and you have the pick right above them. So if I'm the management, I am hollering, we're taking a quarterback. We're taking a quarterback. No questions asked. We're taking a quarterback. And that way Carolina's like, oh, God, if we want our guy, we better pay up to the Lions and move up and take him before the Lions do. That's how you play the game.
Here's what I hope on that with that scenario happening. I hope it's like a Trey Lance or a Justin Fields available right there, and then we're able to go ahead or really just one of those guys available because if it's we let them get the other one, then Carolina still wins. So maybe, just one of those QBs available, and we can hey, we're about to take Justin Fields. What you want for him?
Yep, exactly.
Hey, we about to take Trey Lance. What you want for him? Oh,
even if you don't want him. Even if you don't want these guys, you leverage them.
Yep.
You leverage them. These are assets. You got to leverage them, especially when you got a Carolina picking behind you who is going to go quarterback. It's not often you can predict what the team behind you is going to do. So just get more out of them. Tell them, hey, you want to move up? Give us a second rounder.
Have a better poker face.
Yeah.
You think Goff's going to feel the same way that Aaron Rodgers did about them drafting Jordan Love last year if we take a quarterback?
No, different situation. I mean,
Because
if he
their
was
franchise
here,
QB.
I was going to say, if he was here 9 years, took us to a Super Bowl, and deserved the respect of riding out into the sunset, then yeah. Even if they drafted one and Stafford was still here, I don't think Stafford should have felt like Aaron Rodgers. Like,
No, I mean, you didn't. What did you bring us?
Exactly.
What have you? What great memories have you brought to the city of Detroit to earn that type of recognition? Like Tom Brady, we saw how he felt when they drafted another quarterback, and rightfully so. Aaron Rodgers, rightfully so. Jared Goff, in this situation, he shouldn't feel that way.
Right. So that's a rundown of the big names that got franchise tagged and also not franchise tagged. And we got some other big news coming up. Big Ten Coach of the Year. Joey's news is up next, and we will do that right here on the Woodward Sports Network, Detroit's all-digital sports network.
An ounce at Michigan dispensaries is over $300. Why pay that when you can grow your own? With just one light, you can pull down over 48 ounces every harvest. Do that math and then come see us at Grow Green, where we have everything you need to start growing and a staff of master growers to help guide you. Click growgreenmi.com.
Welcome back to the Morning Woodward Show right here on the Woodward Sports Network. Joey, you want to give a shout-out real quick?
Yeah, Friday. I'm excited because I am going to stuff my face with cookies, and I want you to do the same because it's free cookies for everybody. Free cookie day at the newest Crumble Cookies in Rochester Hills, right there off of Rochester Road, next to the Imagine Theaters. And I was there last week with intern Alex, and when I tell you, the greatest cookie I have had my entire life, I'm not joking. Like, you got to come try this cookie. It's a free cookie. And who doesn't like cookies while we're all being fat asses during this pandemic?
That's right. What you got to say, Fishy?
You know what else we have Friday?
What do we got Friday?
Michigan basketball.
Ah, we do have Michigan basketball. I love the Fish Cam. Hey, Fish, turn up the beds real quick, because it is now time for the world-famous Joey's News.
Good morning, everyone.
Extra, extra, read all about it.
Let's get into Joey's News.
Let's go!
So, yeah, you heard us just talking about it. The Detroit Lions will not franchise tag our wide receiver, Kenny Golladay. He is headed to free agency. And then the best news from yesterday, because that was a little bit of sad news when Corey ran around the office telling us that the Lions didn't franchise tag him. Because I'm freaking out a little bit. It's like, we need a wide receiver, right? Ben Wallace and Chris Webber are among 14 finalists for the Basketball Hall of Fame for 2021.
Yeah! We're going to talk more about that later, and I got some highlight reels from Ben Wallace, and good God, I miss watching this man play basketball.
Just beast.
Look at that block!
Like, look how high he got. I miss it. I miss it so much.
I just miss the Pistons having this type of energy, man.
Yeah.
Like, you see it a little bit in Isaiah Stewart. You see it, in Sadiq Bey. Like, we're going to get back there, but damn, what a fun era of basketball. Get that shit out of here. Sorry.
The attitude. That was the biggest thing. Like, you kind of do see it with Beef Stew. It is just the attitude that Ben Wallace brings to the court that is unstoppable. Oakland University, another team that was unstoppable, but
they got stopped.
Unfortunately, they got stopped against number one Cleveland State in their division. Lost by 11 points, crushing my dreams of Oakland University in the tournament.
Yeah, I had some money on OU last night, too.
My man.
And
Thank you.
Yeah, well, they paid off in my parlay the night before, but that game just wasn't even close. Like, it wasn't even a competitive game. Every once in a while, Oakland would pop back up, get it down to like 8, but they just could never close the gap.
I had my money on another game, and it was a game that was close and was going to be an upset and was going to be the craziest news. Number one undefeated Gonzaga just barely got past BYU yesterday to win the WCC championship. They're the first team since Kentucky in 2015 to head into the tournament undefeated. You see the score right there. BYU was up by 11 points.
Oh, they were beating that ass at
12
halftime.
points.
And then Gonzaga came out at halftime, kind of closed the gap, and they just slowly chipped away at it.
I had money on that game. You remember me
Really?
saying yesterday that they're going to lose.
Yeah.
They're going to lose because I have a feeling, and you saw it there. I mean, with them passing it up to Zach Wilson's BYU squad, I'm a little bit worried about them in this tournament. but Michigan is going to be the one leading the way. There's your Woodward Sports update this morning.
Thank you, Joey. One thing you didn't put in your update, Juwan Howard.
Juwan, that's why I want you to do that one. That's why.
Oh, okay. Juwan Howard, yesterday it was announced Big Ten Coach of the Year. Congratulations to Juwan Howard and the Michigan basketball team. That is well earned. Obviously, he's only in the second year of his coaching regime. And what else can you say about this guy? I mean,
amazing accomplishment this soon in your career, because you look at the division and you look at the Big Ten coaches that he's going against. That's freaking something to be proud of.
Yeah.
And Juwan Howard didn't just win that yesterday. He also won the Sporting News' NCAA Men's Basketball Coach of the Year. So,
really?
Yeah.
He got the big one, too.
Yeah, he got both in one day.
I'm glad the Gonzaga coach didn't get it for playing a bunch of, Little League teams.
Literally Little League team. But, I mean, you look at Juwan Howard, and we always talk about the moments of him on the court showing leadership. And we saw it the other day over the weekend when he helped up Eli Brooks off of that injury. He literally picked him up off of the court.
Right.
You don't see coaches doing that.
No, and you just see the connection that he has with the team, the connection that he has with the culture, especially in Michigan, just how deeply ingrained he is in the culture, taking it back to the Fab Five. Look at him dancing with the sign right.
Oh yeah, that's the old one. The old dance. I remember that.
What more can you say about Juwan Howard that hasn't already been said? And there's a clip going around on Twitter about some other local sports commentators, just their Juwan Howard takes about how he was trash, how he was never going to make it, how he had no coaching experience, how I know everything and everybody else is stupid. And I love that just keeps popping up in my timeline. And you had to walk it back. You had to walk it back because you were dead wrong. And, it's okay to have hot takes, but to trash somebody you have no idea what they're going to be, it's stupid to me.
You know what I don't like right now about just Michigan sports, both collegiate and professionally? Here's what I don't like. The Pistons went after Jeremy Grant. The whole media, national media and local media, dogged the Pistons for paying Jeremy Grant the 3 years, $20 million. Michigan got dogged for bringing in Juwan Howard. He has no experience. What is he gonna do when he's gonna, this, that, and the other? Now that both of those guys have come in, exceeded expectations, now the national media is, was Juwan Howard going to take the next big NBA coaching job? Which contender is going to shell out to get Jeremy Grant? Which Troy Weaver has something interesting to say about that. But why is it all of a sudden that once the Michigan teams do well or get a guy in, the national media wants to pry them away so soon?
Because oftentimes they don't play out well.
Yes and no.
And I also think the state of our teams right now, we're in the state of, okay, we got a Jeremy Grant for cheap. We created value with it. Let's turn that over, get some more value, and keep building. But I'm with you, man. Stop trying to poach our best players. Let us build something here in Detroit, and then we'll show the world. That's really it.
Yeah, because even with a Jeremy Grant, I wouldn't trade him unless you're just giving me a deal that I just cannot turn down, because in the next 3 to 4 years, you're going to try to be looking for another Jeremy Grant. Juwan Howard, so just to keep it on subject, Juwan Howard, he's exceeded expectations. Now everybody wants to poach him away, but I don't think he goes anywhere. I love what he's building there. I don't think Juwan Howard even leaves until he gets to coach some of these classes that he comes in and really build his legend at U of M. I think that before he even entertains a job from the NBA, he wants to put his stamp there. He now has a chance to not only change his reputation, he has a chance to change what everybody feels and this new generation feels about the Fab Five.
Yeah, and you just see it with him dancing with his team, with him having fun. This is the honeymoon stage right now, right? Nothing's really gone bad. They haven't really had a down season. The recruiting class coming in next year is one of the best they've ever had, probably since the Fab Five, essentially. I don't see him getting tired of this job to where he's peering over the fence just yet. And you got to remember, he spent several years on that NBA bench, so it's not like a beeline where they're just like,
Yeah.
What's it like over there? Oh man, I'd love to have control of that locker room. I don't really know, and same thing with Patino when he went into the NBA. And you see that with college coaches sometime where they're just peering over the fence like the grass is always greener type thing. I think Juwan has a really firm grasp of what it's like to be a head coach in the NBA, and I don't think he necessarily needs that in his life to prove anything.
What I think is a big part of this is, like, obviously there's a lot of former players that try this whole coaching route and it doesn't work out. But when you look at Coach Juwan Howard, I feel like a big part of that is the fact that he's had to be that dad leading a kid like you see with his young little Juwan Howard, Jace Howard on the team right now. I feel like that plays such a big role because the way that he coached his son to get to the point where he is right now on his squad, I guarantee you has taught him and molded him on how to coach these young men.
Yeah, so I think he's going to be at Michigan for a long time, at least another 5 years.
Yeah.
At least another 5 years. If they don't get a national championship or make it to a Final Four in that time, and there's some hiccups along the way, then maybe he bails. But when you look at the guy, he's just happy. He's happy right now, and you don't mess with happiness. Look at this. This is happy. This is happy. Like, this is what he does in his home. That's what I want out of my life. Like, I want to be dancing in my house because I'm just so carefree. Things are going well. I've brought back my alma mater to, like, almost greatness. I may get the national championship that has always eluded me and the Fab Five. Because, if Michigan wins the Fab Five, or Michigan wins the national championship, the whole Fab Five, Juwan's winning that for them, too.
They even get to an Elite Eight. I'm telling you right now, I believe all of them are going to be at those games. This is really. I think Jalen Rose. I can't remember what he said verbatim, but I remember he said when Juwan got that job, he said all of them got on a group thread, even with Chris Webber. And we all know they had some. Everybody, they had a little rift with Chris Webber. It was like D12,
They had some issues.
They had some issues, but when Juwan got that job, he said, like Jalen said, they all formed together like Voltron.
That's right.
This is going to be their moment. They're really riding on Juwan to bring this home for all of them.
Yeah, that's going to be, if they do get that moment, that is going to be so crazy, for all those, I guess we could call them old guys now, to get together and celebrate like they won the championship because they're rooting for their boy. It's, they're the Fab Five, and if any of them does something, it's literally 1/5 of them. It's 20% of them is part of it. So I think it's a great story. Obviously, the tournament, Michigan is playing Friday at 11 a.m., potentially playing Michigan State, which it would be awesome if they played that team 3 times in a row. Michigan State playing tomorrow morning at 11:30 a.m., and we'll find out if State wins that game. They go on to Friday to play Michigan.
We need that. I don't want to split this season 1-1. You can't.
No.
There's no rivalry that you finish 1-1 on the season. So Michigan State got to get this win so we play each other one more time.
Yeah, and you want it in a meaningful game. Like, that's the thing. When they played each other at the end of the season just recently, there really wasn't a ton. There was more implication on the line for Michigan State than there was Michigan. Because if Michigan lost those games, really didn't matter. I mean, they were still going to be the #1 seed. They still won the Big Ten. So now, if they play in the tournament, there's a lot of pride riding on this. So I want to see this game. What's up, Fish?
Joey, they technically could still split if they play in the NCAA championship game or the March Madness.
How?
Oh, in the tournament.
In
You're
the
saying
tournament.
the real tourney.
Yeah, so they play Big Ten, then they play again March Madness.
All right. Thank
That
you,
would
Fish.
be crazy,
That would be
Fish.
4 times. They play each other 4 times this season.
It's not likely, but they technically could still split.
Thank you, Fish, with your facts. And as always, Fish Facts coming up at about 9:50. Let's take a quick break. When we come back, we got Adam's Bets coming up at 8:50. And I kind of want to touch a little bit more NFL rumors that are heating up. And we'll talk about that next right here on the Woodward Sports Network.
Hey, Joey, are the cookies ready?
Uh-huh.
Joey! Why is one missing?
I walked on the floor.
Joey, open your mouth.
Dang it, I got busted, but that was so worth it. I'm here at Crumble Cookies off of Rochester Road, right by the Imagine Theaters, and I'll tell you, these are the best cookies I've ever had in my entire life. I am not exaggerating, so come try them out. Free cookie day this Friday.
Welcome back back to the Woodward Sports Network, Detroit's all-digital sports network. My name is Stick, and we touched on it a little bit earlier when we were doing franchise tags, who got tagged, who got let go, and Allen Robinson going to Chicago, staying there, and we talked about how that is attractive for other quarterbacks to come there. Well, the rumors that I'm hearing about Russell Wilson to Chicago are starting to become more and more real. And I hate this. Like, I'm seeing things we may know as soon as next week if Russell Wilson is going to be a Chicago Bear. And if that happens, the Lions do not have a chance at winning this division, at least for the next, 5 years? Like, we might as well just ride out Dan Campbell's 6.
You're. I have a headache.
Russell Wilson and Allen Robinson. I don't ever want to hear that.
Dude.
I'm just. You said it last week, and I just don't want to go back to it. I can't look at the camera because I'm hurt right now.
Corey couldn't sleep for 2 nights.
You talking about that already after getting Jared Goff, he's going to be the 3rd best quarterback in the division?
Yeah. And not only like a third, but a distant third. I mean, we're talking Aaron Rodgers. Because now we're battling who's the best. Is it going to be Aaron Rodgers or Russell Wilson in our division? Who would be better? I mean, Russ, right?
I mean, ooh,
right?
Yeah.
I don't like this conversation.
Okay. What do you think is the real likelihood that he ends up in Chicago?
I think of all places, Chicago, if he leaves, Chicago's to me is like 75%.
Sadly, I agree.
Yeah.
Sadly, I agree. I'm trying to figure out, I don't understand why he would want to leave Seattle. I think that whatever is going on between them, I think that both sides need to come to a table and try to figure out how to repair it.
Please.
But I don't know where else that he could go right now that would put him in a better spot to win. I'm just gonna assume that he wants to win again, but I don't know where he'll go to put him in a better spot to win.
Well, the thing I really hate about this is we get double punched in the face. Not only does Russell Wilson come here, he's leaving the division of the Rams, which we need the Rams to suck so we can get better first-round picks the next couple years. And if they don't have a quarterback, odds are the Rams are winning both those games, right? So we're -2 with the Rams winning, and then we're minus another 2 with playing Chicago twice a year. So now we're down 4 games, all because this dude wants to come to our division. I don't want anything to do with this, but the rumors are heating up. That's what I keep hearing. Maybe sending Khalil Mack a couple first-round picks. And, Seattle does love their defensive linemen. So I could see them being enticed by Khalil Mack. I really could.
Just when we think that we got something good going
Everybody's
on.
up here just shaking their head like this would be almost a death blow.
Because, truthfully, it's not a bad option for him.
No.
It's not at all.
No, I mean, Sierra, his wife, would love Chicago. It's the number 3 market in the country, It is a great place to live if you got money. It's not a great place to live if you don't got money. But
it's cold. I don't think they should do that.
Right, but, Seattle's just rainy and nasty all the time.
Yeah, but that's better, right, Sierra? That's
right, Sierra? Another place we've heard is Vegas. That's really the only other place I see him going. And then Sierra, can perform at the casino and do her residency there.
I love how we're acting like there's no such thing as planes to where you can just hop on a plane and go do these shows.
It's different, though. If you're living in Vegas.
That Vegas residency, that's interesting. Now that's real because those residencies are money.
Oh, yeah.
Money.
Yeah, they do 2 or 3 shows a day, and they knock it out. The Britney Spears tears it up there, or did tear it up there. Celine Dion, they built her a whole damn performance arena.
She been singing for 36 years up there.
Right, but that's the thing. Sierra can ride it out like that.
Yeah, I think Vegas for his whole family involved might be the best move. If he actually did that. And I'm not even just saying because I don't want him to come to go to the Chicago Bears. It makes the most sense. Him and Gruden, I can just only imagine the type of plays he'll draw up for him, and just they're in Vegas now. Derek Carr. I mean, he's not the face of the franchise.
What would be crazy about this is you look at the Chicago Bears, and it's a team that their defense has always carried this team. And now you look at them getting someone like this. That would be just horrible.
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 I don't want this to happen, but, we report what we read, and we report what we know. I can't hide from this, because if we don't talk about it and it happens, we can't act blindsided, because we've heard rumors about this within our sources. So hopefully it doesn't happen, but just wanted to touch on that. We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, Adam is feeling better today, guys. He was sick yesterday. He took the day off. He rested. He did his research on gambling, and he is back with his picks for you next, right here on the Woodward Sports Network. I mean, we're inside Grow Green right now, and they have everything. I'm talking, you got your active air fans, you got your big lights over there, big pots, little pots, and Joey, what are you doing right now?
Get some sun.
That's not what those lights are for.
Feels nice.
Go to Grow Green MI today to get all your growing needs and a tan. Welcome back to the Morning Woodward Show on the Woodward Sports Network. It looks beautiful outside again today. I've been enjoying the 60-degree weather
So much.
It's been so nice to walk outside and actually breathe fresh air.
Shorts on. Just treating
it.
it like it's literally us living in Vegas.
And you know what else I love?
What do you love?
Adam.
I do too.
Welcome
We missed
back,
you.
Adam.
What up, boys?
How you
missed
feeling
you.
today, man?
I'm alive.
Dude, yesterday Adam comes in here. He's got his thing up over his nose. He's coughing a lot. He's like, I got a sore throat, not feeling good. It's like, get out of here. Go home. And nothing could ever make Adam go home.
Nope.
But,
Very rarely.
Right. But he was sick yesterday. Back today. You look
Yeah.
good. You're feeling
Thanks.
good. And you got some bets for us, right?
Oh, yeah.
Welcome
yesterday
back, your
killed it.
COVID ass, to our
listen,
studio.
Listen, we don't want to talk about that, Joey. But yesterday I went 4-1, and the irony in that is, of course, the Tigers screwed me over by beating the Yankees. But that's
Spring training.
That's not important. We're gonna get into the money games today. I'm feeling good. Basketball's back. So first things first, I'm gonna take the over in the Spurs versus the Dallas Mavericks. Both teams. I just love the matchup in general. I mean, you're gonna see the bets on the screen in a bit, but there's nothing wrong with taking an over, especially when Vegas has it at 222.5 for the anything involving the Mavericks. Really, that's a super friendly line. I'm gonna go based on their just how they've performed over the season. They're 9-3 when games are set under 225 and going on the over. So I'm taking the odds there. I'm happy with that. Grizzlies are playing Russell Westbrook and the Washington Wizards. I love betting against the Wizards. I love betting against the Cavaliers.
You hate Westbrook, man.
I will never stop doing it. So I'm going to have the Grizzlies covering. Actually, I'm not going to take them straight up. I'm gonna take the points here. We're going to move on to hockey. I've been killing it in hockey lately, honestly. I've been super, super happy. I haven't missed on a hockey pick since last Thursday. So I'm feeling it right now. I'm going to take the Oilers to cover the spread. In hockey, that's one of the things that's difficult to predict. Typically, they're all close games. So they're playing the Ottawa Senators. I think they'll blow them out. Again, Connor McDavid do a big game. I think he dominates tonight. That's free money, to my opinion. And then I'm going to take the Avalanche in the money line. I actually bet against them on Monday. I had the Coyotes beating the Avalanche, and of course they did. I believe the Avalanche will return the favor.
I still have so much hate in my heart for the Avalanche
do
over the
too.
Red Wings rivalry.
I miss that
It
rivalry.
hasn't been a rivalry in almost 20 years, and I still hate the Avalanche for some reason.
Well, yeah, fuck them. We grew up hating them. I miss that rivalry, actually.
I do,
I
too.
think it's so good for the sport. But,
Yeah.
But to finish the night, we got Syracuse and NC State ACC action. I'm gonna take the under on the points, and I'm feeling good about it. If you want to parlay it, $100 wins you $2,100 basically.
Damn.
I'm really confident. This is probably one of my most confident parlays I've put together in a while. I'm 63 and 30. You know, I'm trying to finish 7-0. My goal is to get through my first 100 picks and have a 70% win rate. That's my target.
I like that.
So I'm feeling confident about 5-0 today.
It's tough when you're actually keeping statistics too, because like we've always gambled between us and just literally for years. Just because it's legal now doesn't mean we weren't doing it. but you never really keep track. You just know, okay, I did well, I didn't do well. Like, you never really had a ticker of how your statistics are doing. So it's got to be interesting to actually keep your own stats.
Oh, it's nerve-wracking. You don't want to be wrong.
Hold yourself accountable.
100% holding yourself accountable. You're researching more, using all these websites, trying to figure out, like, what time team planes landed. Did they get delayed? Is a player cheating on his girl? Is she cheating on him? Are they upset? Like, the dumbest shit goes into this, but it's amazing. It's hilarious, actually.
It's like paying cash versus paying credit card. You get this whole track record, and it's like you get embarrassed. You're like, damn, I ate McDonald's that many days in a row.
Yeah, how I feel about Birmingham Roast on my credit card.
Literally.
Every day I have a charge from Birmingham Roast. Every day.
So worth it, though.
Yeah, no, it's delicious coffee, but it's addicting, and it's so close. Like, I can literally see into it right now, and it's just like, oh, need to pick me up? Cool. Birmingham Roast. Let's go. But every day, like, it's embarrassing what my credit card statement looks like. It's Birmingham Roast, blunts, and nothing else.
See, but imagine if you looked at it and you're like so proud of it, like you are with Adam on this record of his gambling.
Right. Like, I did it. I hit my streak of 97 days consecutive at Beham Roast.
Listen, I mean, it's been a good week. Monday, we were 3-2. Yesterday, we were 4-1. Well, actually, I'm sorry. We were 4-1 on Monday and Tuesday. So we're 8-2 on the week. Again, I'm feeling really confident in this one. I think that tonight we hit a parlay, 100%. I think it's a 5-0 day. I'm going for 70% for the first 100 games, so I'm excited about it. I'll recap the games. The first
I'm
game,
doing it. I'm putting in the parlay on this.
Oh, you should.
You doing it, Stick?
I'm taking the over in the San Antonio Spurs Dallas Mavericks game, NBA action tonight. I'm really excited. The Mavericks are 9-3 over their last 12 games. When the under or the points have been under 225, they've always gone over. So I'm taking that bet 100%. I hate the Washington Wizards the same way I feel about the Cavaliers. I think they're shit. I'm always going to put my money on them. I put my money where my mouth is. So I'm putting money on the Grizzlies to cover the points. I'm going to take Edmonton to cover. Connor McDavid 100% do a big game. So I'm expecting an easy blowout tonight. I'm going to take the Avalanche to avenge their loss to the Coyotes that I predicted on Monday. And then the last game of the night, I'm taking the points. I'm going under in the Syracuse NC State ACC action game.
Nice. We got people asking, are these bets going to be posted? Yes, we will put them up on all of our social media. And we got a group called Best Bets Michigan on Facebook. If you want to join that, you can go ahead and do that. And that's where we actually have lots of conversations in there. We all share our bets, and it's becoming a fun social group of some really good bettors, too.
Yeah, I feel kind of awful. I'm getting like a million text messages from our interns, and they're all telling me, Michael, for example, to hell with it. I'm taking your parlay today.
Oh, lots of money, Adam.
This is the funniest thing ever.
This is what happens when you're a 70% shooter
That's
on
right,
gambling,
baby.
man. People want to take that parlay. So thank you, Adam. He's on every morning with us at 8:50. We go over Adam's bets of the day. Obviously, there's some variables throughout the day. If things change, Adam comes back on and he'll let you know. But these are the early bets that we have for today. What's exciting is tomorrow we got 11:30 games.
Listen, I mean, if you look, you know what we should do is I should have bets that go on after 4 o'clock. Because all the information isn't in by the time I do these picks. The fact that we're 63-30, honestly, is fucking impressive.
Yeah.
Having said that, maybe I'll start posting some late game adjustments. Maybe if the lines change, if the points change. What's up, Fish? Fish is just clapping.
Fish is just clapping because Art walked in. I wish I got that type of reception when I walked into a room. Art sits down like a king and is just now watching the show.
I gave everyone the
live.
same reception here.
Huh?
I gave everyone the same respect.
I've never gotten a standing ovation
I
from
love
you, Fish.
Fish's
Well, because
cam.
you're already
Holy shit.
here.
Because I'm already here. That's right. I do beat you in, and you leave before
I mean, you get
do,
here
too.
at 5 in the morning and you leave at 4:59. You get 1 minute of sleep.
My favorite thing
Same
about
as Adam.
Fish, yesterday we're all in the room, right? And we're talking about Fish and how he always says, you're the best, you're the best. And I was like, Fish, I love you. And he just ignores you. Fish, I love you. It's like, Fish, why don't you ever say I love you back? Yeah, I don't.
Because he doesn't love you.
He doesn't love me.
Fish, why don't you tell Joey you love him?
I just always have avoided that word for as long as I've lived on this earth.
Really? Do you tell your parents you love them?
Yeah, of course.
Okay, but outside of that.
Yeah, I'm not going to tell that
No
to...
girls you're interested in. None of that. You know.
Not as of right now.
Is it because I'm a dude?
Trying to make shit happen, Fish.
Not as of right now.
But that's good. That's an honorable man right there. Like, he's not just telling girls he loves them just to sleep with them. Because I know people that do that. Fish isn't going to do that. He's just going to slide in. He ain't gonna tell you he love you. He don't love
We
you.
gotta get Fish a Tinder account. I'm telling you guys.
We keep threatening him with this, and it's never gonna happen.
That's the play.
Hey, Art, I love how Stick's sitting up here like, not like those guys that tell girls I love you just to sleep with them. Act like you never did that.
I don't know what you're talking about. No, I've never done that, man.
He used to be like, I love you, baby, XOXO.
No, I'd just be like, hey, welcome to Tonic. Can I buy you a drink? And then next thing you know, it's over. Thanks for coming to Canada. Let's have a drink. And then next thing you know, it's over. But thank you, Fish. Thank you, Adam, for your bets of the day. We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, it is Wednesday. So what does that mean, Joey?
Coney Review.
Coney Review. We're going to do that next on the Woodward Sports Network.
Hey, it's Joey from Woodward Sports, and I am here in downtown Fenton at Bridge Street Exchange. This place has so many amazing things for guys. And ladies, this is the hidden spot that you got to come check out. I'm talking thorough good boots, best boots ever. They have barware. They got the Stormy Cromer hats. They got Carhartt hats, a huge Carhartt selection. They even got Snoop Dogg underwear. So go check them out, bridgestreetexchange.com, and use the code word WSN for 15% off.
Welcome back to the Morning Woodward Show on the Woodward Sports Network, Detroit's all-digital sports network. My name is Stick. We got Corey up here, Joey, Adam, Art, Alex, and Fish are all hanging out right now. And every Wednesday at 9 a.m., we do a Coney review. And we've been all over Metro Detroit right now. And if you got a Coney that you want us to review, drop it in the comments, no matter where you're watching, and tell us where we should go next. This week, we kind of deferred to Corey.
Yes, we did.
Yeah, Corey was
Remix.
like... Corey was like, hey, guys, I know you do Coney reviews. Come with me. I got a spot for you. And
I was like, bet.
all right, we went, and this is what happened. Let's play this back.
Every Wednesday we do a Coney review on Woodward Sports, but today
Special little.
not today. This ain't no Coney. We told Corey that we wanted to do a Coney review. He's like, I got a spot for you. They don't have Coneys here, Corey. They got sandwiches. Sandwiches? Yep, sandwiches. All right, so we're doing a sandwich review today?
We're doing a sandwich review, and we have to come to the one, the only, the GOAT, Ernie's Market.
And we're in Oak Park, so let's try these sandwiches.
Sandwiches it is.
That's Ernie right there.
Big Ern, where you at? Ernie!
Woodward Sports, let's go, baby.
I didn't know Isaiah Stewart was here. What's up, Beef Stew?
Hey, you got Tide Pod sandwiches?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, baby!
You're getting the monster.
I'll take it.
Yeah, you gotta have the monster.
I want the monster.
Yeah, baby. Yeah. How does that look, baby?
Look good, baby.
Okay.
As you can see, these are clearly not Coneys. These are monster sandwiches, literally called the Monster. And we're here at Ernie's Market. They got people lined up outside the door right now. Like,
You guys ready for some Ernie's?
yeah. Listen to this. That is a thud of a. Listen to it, Chalk. Get close. Thud. That's a sandwich, baby.
That's meat.
And you know, because they're newbies, they can't get their sandwich cut in half the first time.
Wait, so only the regulars can get a cut?
Only regulars.
Oh my gosh. Come on, Corey, we gotta do a cheers.
Cheers.
Big Ernie's.
Oh my god.
That's a monster.
What is that love? The spice?
The love spice. He doesn't tell nobody what it is.
It actually kind
Ernie! Ernie! We love you, Ernie.
Now, you tasted sandwiches all over.
Uh-huh.
And you tasted Coney's all over.
Yep.
All over.
We love you. All the guys want to know. We love you. All right?
Thank you so much. Ernie, what's in the love spices?
Oh, Jesus. Whoa, baby. That's wild stuff. Tell him, baby, that's wild stuff. Yeah, baby.
My bad. You're the man, Ernie. Stick. Don't ask that question. You know better.
We rate everything 1 to 313. 313 being perfect. Joey, you want to start off?
Honestly, you have to give it a perfect. There's nothing more to do to this than give it a 313.
Corey, what are you rating it? 1 out of 313.
Man, you gotta get the 313. This is.
And honestly, just the energy too. Like you saw earlier in this video of how big Ernie is, and just everybody walking in, like they're waiting. How long would you guys wait in line for this?
Till we get in. until I'm gonna follow the guys. 313. Not only is the sandwich great, but Ernie's amazing. He came out here, he said hi. I mean, he just yells, "Yeah, baby," all the time. Like, just a great person. This is one of the gems of southeastern Michigan right here. Thank you, Corey, for sharing it with us. Oh, come on.
Yeah, baby.
Yeah, baby. All right, so we're outside of Ernie's. Just to recap, I mean, a perfect score. What more can you ask for? Big sandwiches, big personality by my man Ernie, and Joey's now taking a nap. Yeah, baby. Look at that belly. 313, perfect score for Ernie's Market in Oak Park. Find it, come here. We strongly recommend.
What an outstanding time at Ernie's in Oak Park. If you haven't been there, please just stop in. You saw, if you don't get there, though, by like noon, you're going to be waiting in that line, which people were more than happy to be waiting in that line. Right, Corey?
People, I'm letting you know right now, everybody waits at Ernie's. Nobody goes there and complains about the wait. When you go to Ernie's, you know what you're getting in for, especially if you go around anytime after 12:30, you're probably about a good hour wait.
And the worst, too, is like, you know, a place like that where there's a line, people expect the line to keep moving, right? Well, we were holding up the line,
yeah,
and I felt so uncomfortable inside because I'm looking at 20 people in line just staring at me with their masks, so I can't see their reaction, if they're smiling, if they're pissed at me. But then sure as shit, I'm like, guys, we're sorry, we're going to be oh, you're good, don't worry about it.
Everybody there, not only Ernie was friendly, his wife was friendly, every patron was friendly. As you saw, they had a line out the door, and that sandwich was, honestly, we're not just blowing smoke here. Like, if the sandwich sucked, I would have told Corey, damn it, you wasted a Coney review on this. But no, it was delicious sandwich, awesome ambiance. It's just in the middle of a neighborhood of Oak Park, and it was great, man.
You know this is delicious because Stick even took a bite into this when there was a tomato in it.
Yep. Yep, I did. And I hate tomatoes. So I took them off after that. But still, I had a little bit of a tomato, and it was still good.
And you still got to take him to Orchard Lake St. Mary stuff, because he's going to hold you to it. He's
I
going to remember.
forgot about that.
He's going to remember you when you come back. Like, where is that, baby?
Yeah. So we walk in. There's Catholic Central on the wall. There's Brother Rice on the wall. There's University of Detroit on the wall, and a couple other high schools. I'm like, what the hell, man? And he said, "Bring me something. I'll put it up." So I got to bring him something.
I mean, it didn't make the wall, but go ahead. You can force it. You can force it on the wall. Why not?
So every Wednesday we do a Coney review. Corey kind of switched it up on us, which I'm glad you did. It was awesome. Next week we are going to do where TJ Lang tweeted out that they have Coney egg rolls somewhere.
I've never heard, seen, tried this, and I am so freaking excited.
I've heard of corned beef egg rolls, but Coney egg rolls?
Yep. Coney egg rolls. So we're going to find out exactly where TJ, like, maybe we'll take TJ with us too.
Yeah, that'd be great.
And we'll go try Coney's next week. But if you have a Coney near and dear to your heart that you want us to go and rate, please let us know. I mean, some of the suggestions we got, like La Puma's that was hollered about in the comments a lot, ended up being one of my favorite places that I've ever been to. So thank you guys for the suggestions. Thank you for the comments and letting us know where we should go for our next Coney review. Just let us know. Tweet us, comment it wherever you see us at social media or on social media at Woodward Sports, and we will head there and rate them.
It's called the Cornerstone Barrel House in Detroit.
Okay, so we're going to Detroit,
that's
baby.
That's where we're going.
All right, that's next week. That's who we're going to review next week. But like I said, if you got a Coney that you want us to go to, holler at your boys. We will be there and put them on a scale of 1 to 313. The only perfect score that we've had so far is American Coney, and now obviously Ernie sandwiches.
Oh, snap. Nice.
Yeah. So good job, Corey. Thank you so much for that. Let's take a quick break. When we come back, NBA Hall of Fame has been announced, and we're going to go over two major staples in Detroit history are up for making it. You guys ready for this?
Yes.
And I want to see some of these highlight videos, too. We're going to talk about that next on the Woodward Sports Network. Give us 15 seconds.
Morning, Art. Morning, D-Mac.
Welcome back to the Morning Woodward Show, Detroit's all-digital sports network, the Woodward Sports Network. My name is Stick. The NBA Hall of Fame nominees have been announced, And I love that two of the names are close to home here in Detroit. The first one, Big Ben Wallace, baby. And can we throw up this Ben Wallace highlight video? Because this is like porn to me.
It honestly gives me chills watching these and remembering these days.
Yeah. He comes out like, look at this. I love Ben Wallace.
Hey, Art, you see, this is a dig at Art. You see what he walked out with, Art? Walked out with that
belt?
championship belt.
Well, that was all
UFC
Rashid.
Oh, yeah, Rashid started that.
Rashid got them all championship belts. And, I mean, if we're breaking down what Ben Wallace did in his career, what didn't he do? He was an undrafted player coming out of Virginia Union, 16 seasons, which is crazy to think about. NBA champion, 4-time Defensive Player of the Year, 6-time All-Defense, 5-time All-NBA, 4-time All-Star, 2-time rebound leader, 1-time block leader. And all his Defensive Player of the Years, those 4, all in a row, which had never been done before.
That was the person that I looked up to. I was never the big guy, but that was one person I always looked up to for his attitude on defense.
Yeah.
Like, no matter what, like, he could care less about offense. All he cared about was his defense, and obviously it shows with all of his awards.
Yeah, I mean, he cared a little bit about offense because that's where him and Flip Saunders got into it. Larry Brown had the perfect solution for Ben Wallace, though. First play of the game, post up Ben. We're going to toss him the ball. Okay, we gave him an offensive possession. Let's play the rest of the game. And that's how they used to handle it. But look at these. Put back dunks. Shaq, get that weak shit out of here. We ain't got time for that in Detroit.
That was Miami Heat Shaq.
I don't care. It's Shaq. That's 7'2", 320 pounds. I don't care where he played.
Man, he should have definitely
just
not done
one
that.
small correction. He won 4 out of 5 years because the 04 year he didn't win. Ron Artest won that year.
He didn't win them all straight?
Nope. He won 02, 03. Ron Artest won 04. Then he won 05 and 06.
Ron Artest can get it too. Like, what the hell? Ron Artest, get out of here with that.
Hey, his defense was sick. He locked down the best players, though.
But to that, still
couldn't even defend himself from a blue cup. Get the hell out of here.
That's true.
Defense my ass. Lay on the table.
But still to the point, Ben Wallace, he definitely deserves to be named as a finalist. I believe this is not his first time being named as a finalist, but I believe that this is going to be the year that he gets in. NBA champion, one of the greatest defensive players and rebounders of that generation. So you have to consider him for the Hall, and I think this is going to be the year that he gets in.
It has to be. I mean, I don't know how he couldn't have been in on the first ballot. Like, anytime you do something that has never been done before, you should be in the Hall of Fame. Like, to me, that's a simple requirement for anybody, right? Mm-hmm. Like, if you've done something that has never been done before, you should be in the Hall of Fame, just period. But, you know, obviously we have kind of a swayed opinion on Ben Wallace.
Oh, yeah, just a smidget.
How do you think the rest of the league, because obviously you got to respect Ben Wallace. I don't care if you're from Detroit. I don't care where you're from, even L.A. How do you think the rest of the league looks at this? The same way we do or no?
Everybody, I think the rest of the league respects Ben Wallace outside of Shaquille O'Neal. Just being upfront, because to this day, this is the one problem I have with Shaq. It's his arrogance regarding that 04 that 04 Lakers Pistons series. He down talks Ben Wallace publicly so much in so many interviews and so many specials, and it's like, you know what? You can say that Ben Wallace is not in your league as the type of career wise, and you know what? You may have a point, but for that one lone year, for that season, hey, Shaq, you got punked. And you got to own it, and you can't be like, oh, well, because our team didn't play together, or because of this, or a normal year. You know what?
Right.
You guys had 4 Hall of Famers, and you only got 1.
5 Hall of Famers if you include the coach.
Yeah, 5 Hall of Famers if you include the coach. And as I like to say, you guys got a gentleman's sweep. You luckily won that second game. And you know what? I actually won some money from my friends in high school because I said, oh, Pistons are going to take the Lakers. Why do you think they're going to take the Lakers? Simple. When they were doing the 2-3-2 format, I said, Pistons just got to win one game in L.A. because they're not going to drop it. Because that's when the Palace was rocking. I'm like, they're not dropping a game at the Palace.
Y'all bet some cash?
Nah, we didn't bet cash. But
some
you know,
Bosco sticks at the lunch table?
I got some. What you know about the Bosco sticks, man? That's my thing.
You brought the hood on it, Corey.
Man, Man, the things is classic.
Oh man, Corey wants to go back to the
What you know about
lunch
that,
table.
Cole? What you know about that, man? That's 03. That's definitely 03, 04.
My dog. Joey just picked up all the street cred in the world with Corey.
Yeah, that makes up for not watching Coming to America.
No, it doesn't.
No, it doesn't.
No, it doesn't. He's still on my shit list for that. But yeah, Shaq can run his mouth all he wants, but the way the Pistons were able to win that series is because we were able to play Shaq one-on-one, which nobody else in the league could do back then. And we give Ben Wallace a ton of the credit on that, but you also got to give credit to Memo Okur. And the most forgotten Piston on that championship team, Eldon freaking Campbell. Because Eldon Campbell was a Laker when Shaq was in his prime. Used to compete against him every day in practice. And when we had him coming off the bench with those extra fouls and that big body, Soup didn't do much, but against Shaq, it was perfect. We couldn't have put together a better roster to play that Lakers team.
Couldn't have put a better roster. And also, even though Chauncey Billups did win the MVP of that final series, and rightfully so, there's still an argument you could have gave it to Ben. I mean, Ben is it was just, that was a unique team, and Ben, even though Chauncey was of course the leader of that Pistons team, hands down, Ben was definitely the heart and soul.
Yeah.
Everybody plays such a different role on that roster, and yeah, Ben is a Hall of Famer. If you're going off of defensive players going into the Hall of Fame, you have to include Ben Wallace.
Yeah, and we're going to find out if he makes the Hall of Fame. I mean, I don't know what else he would have to do, honestly. Like, being an undrafted player out of Virginia Union and just earning your way into the league to become possibly the best defender to ever play the game. How is it not, why is this even a conversation, I guess, is my question.
2 Detroit sports team stars in the same year.
Yeah.
You think that's possible?
I do. Because the next guy that we're going to talk about, Chris Webber. And obviously Chris Webber, he went to Detroit Country Day. Dominant at Country Day. Then he went on to the Fab Five at Michigan. Dominant at Michigan, even though they couldn't beat North Carolina to get that national championship. And then he was a trendsetter power forward in the league. And here we go. We could look at his highlights here, man. Look at the Chris Webber was just such a beast. What always impressed me about Chris Webber was the size of this dude's hands. Like, when he made a basketball look like a golf ball.
Yeah.
He really did. Like, those mitts were huge.
And speaking of those hands, Chris Webber was a phenomenal passer.
Yes.
Like, that is one of the more everybody talks about his scoring, but Chris Webber could really just, some of the passes he made was just like, how? Like, how did you see that dude, or how did you make that, how did you pass out of that double team? Like, man.
Yeah, let's run down a few of his highlights. Obviously, high school legend, Fab Five, NBA first overall pick, NBA Rookie of the Year, 5-time All-NBA, averaged 20 and 10 over 15 seasons in the NBA. That is impressive, man. Like, those Kings teams back in the day, if it wasn't for the Lakers, they would have gotten a couple ships. I mean, Mike Bibby, Peja Stojakovic, Brad Miller, if you want to throw Brad Miller in there. They were stacked.
Yeah, they ran against the Lakers and Tim Donaghy, so, unfortunately. But Chris Webber is, okay, I always talk to my friends about whether Chris Webber is a Hall of Famer or not, because we talked about Chris Webber, we talked about Grant Hill, Tracy McGrady before they got in, and people can say what they want about Chris Webber, but when you look at who is in the Naismith Basketball Hall of Fame currently, you have to put Chris Webber in there. Grant Hill is in there, and Grant Hill, his career started out great, and then it kind of he went into, he had his injury history, but he still finished his career as an okay player.
Right.
Tracy McGrady started out his career hot, finished his career as an okay player. Chris Webber is of that same thing, but I think that he had a longer hot streak than Grant Hill and Tracy McGrady, and then over time, age just caught up with Chris Webber, and then he finished his career the way he did.
Number 84 for the Detroit Pistons, Chris Webber.
Still, man, that 84 still is kind of funny. But the reason why he chose 84, he said that his I believe it was his nephew, said his nephew had a dream that he played for the Pistons and he was wearing number 84, so that's why he selected number 84 because of his nephew.
That's a cute story.
Which is a cute story.
Yeah, cute story. I just wish his nephew would have dreamed of them winning a championship and him wearing a different number.
Yeah.
But see, so you bring up the champion. He got none. Ben Wallace got one. He's got 5 All-Stars. Ben Wallace got 4. When you compare the two to each other, who do you think? Obviously, Ben Wallace is more deserving.
Oh, I mean, because we're talking NBA Hall of Fame, right? Or are we talking just basketball Hall of Fame?
You're thinking college on top of that?
If it's basketball Hall of Fame, Chris Webber has had more of an impact on basketball culture, future, past, present than Ben Wallace ever will.
I mean, it is the Basketball Hall of Fame.
Yeah, so it's the Naismith Basketball Hall of Fame. Chris Webber, to me, is transcendent. Yeah. You know, like, we go back to the Fab Five, what they did there, even changing the way shorts were worn, changed the way shoes were worn, socks were worn. And granted, that has little to do with what you do between the lines, but it's still your contribution to the game. And as long as you're contributing to the game and changing it, once again, just like Ben Wallace, if you're the first to ever do something, you should be in the Hall of Fame. If you've contributed this much to the culture and the fabric of what the NBA has become, you should probably be in the Hall of Fame.
I agree. But I do think that with the way the NBA's Hall of Fame is set up, I can see a scenario where Webber does get in before Ben Wallace. Off the simple fact of him being at that power forward position, over 17,000 points, around 8,500 rebounds, and 3,500 assists, I can definitely see a scenario where they might slide in Chris Webber over Ben Wallace and make Ben Wallace just wait a little bit longer. Is that right? Maybe not. Who knows? Maybe both of them get in this year. But the thing is, if you look at who's the list of the first-time finalists, a lot of those, a few of those people are surefire are going to get in on the first ballot.
Right. Yeah. I'm going through, I just wanted to see, like, undrafted players and see if there's anybody in the Hall of Fame that was really undrafted. And I'm looking at the best undrafted players of all time. I mean, Avery Johnson, John Starks, Ben Wallace are the top 3. So, once again, to me, that's another feather in Ben Wallace's cap, that he was an undrafted player to make it to where he did. And that another example of how he was the first to do it. So, he would probably be the first undrafted player to make it into the NBA Hall of Fame, which is awesome.
That's amazing. That really, like, especially when you think undrafted, I mean, there's nobody that has excelled the way that he has in his career.
Right. So, yeah, we're going to find out. I mean, Calvin Johnson got in. That was awesome. So let's do it for Big Ben, and let's do it for Chris Webber. And I got to give a shout-out to Levels Provisioning Center. It's opening in Ferndale. Fabulous Ferndale. 9 Mile in Hilton. Joey and I went out there the other day. We got that video coming soon of us just kind of exploring their new shop and what this dispensary is going to look like. And it is going to be so much better than any place you've ever walked in. I can guarantee you that, because I frequent the dispensaries. I know what's available here in Southeast Michigan, and Levels is changing the game. So Levels, make sure you follow them on Instagram right now at Enjoy Levels. Let's take a quick break. When we come back, we got to talk about how Trevor Lawrence is ranked in all-time quarterback prospects. And some of the names on this list, I was like, yeah, that makes sense. Other names on this list, I was like, how the hell was that a top 10 pro prospect at one point? So we're going to go over that coming up next on the Woodward Sports Network.
I'm looking to bring on another HVAC tech right now.
We are recruiting 5 to 10 techs a month.
We're looking to grow and expand.
Every new tech we hire is from Northwestern Tech. The hands-on training is fantastic.
They're always my first call.
We love hiring Northwestern Tech grads.
They come out trained and ready to work.
Our program is only 10 and a half months, and our next classes are starting soon. So why wait?
I'm looking to hire
a graduate of Northwestern Tech.
Northwestern Tech.
Northwestern Tech.
Northwestern Tech.
So the NCAA tournament is kicking off in about a week, or tipping off in about a week. And, obviously the Big Ten tournament starts tomorrow. And we are doing the perfect bracket payoff right here on the Woodward Sports Network, where we want to give you $500,000 if you get a perfect bracket, compliments of Hall Financial. And if you don't get a perfect bracket, don't worry. You're still competing against everybody else that's filling out brackets. And we got first, second, third place prizes. Plus, we got a last place prize. And you can go to woodwardsports.com right now. Pre-register for this, so as soon as Selection Sunday's over, we'll shoot you an email with the bracket ready. You fill it out. Hopefully you get that perfect one so you can get $500,000, man.
I'm winning it. I'm telling you, I'm getting a perfect bracket this year.
Hall Financial has hooked it up for real. $500,000 is on the line. And like I said, if you don't win the perfect bracket, which is tough, we understand that, but we still want to compete against each other because it's a pride thing around here too. If you get first place, you're going to get a flat screen plus a new PS5. Second place, we got a Shinola watch. We got pizza for a year. We got $250 Topgolf gift card. And if you are dead last, you are going to get a free toilet from us at Woodward Sports.
I love how there's a picture of a toilet on there, too.
And I love how it's highlighted. Like, that's the big, like, screw the PS5. We're putting up the toilet. But for real, go pre-register right now, woodwardsports.com. Fill out a bracket. Have some fun. It's absolutely free. And what's the worst that could happen? You win a toilet? That's the worst thing that could happen. If your bracket goes to complete crap, you get a toilet.
One of my favorite things on there is the Shinola watch, and I just wanted to give a shout-out to Bridge Street Exchange in downtown Fenton because these Shinola watches are so badass, and I love how they're just all Detroit brands, Michigan brands in their shop. So go check them out and shop for yourself. Guys, I'm telling you, this is a spot that you walk in and you're not pressured. It's not like a mall where you got to go here and here and here and you don't know what you're looking for. It's all in there. It's literally a one-stop shop. So go to bridgestreetexchange.com. You could use the code word WSN for 15% off. Or even if you go in the store, tell them that Woodward Sports sent you, and they'll give you that 15% off in store, too.
Yeah, save that money, baby. Save that money. All right, so Mel Kiper came out with a list, and obviously he's the NFL scout, or what the hell is his official title? He's Mel Kiper, right? Mel Kiper, he works for ESPN.
Professional bullshitter, that's what he is.
But he put out his list of the top 10 quarterback prospects of all time since he's been researching. Damn. Some interesting names on this list.
Okay.
It's a top 10 list, so let's start here. Let's start at number 10, which I was shocked at, because remember, this is all time almost, right? So, number 10, Josh Allen, draft class 2018. Do you think he's a top 10 prospect of all time? I was shocked by Josh Allen being number 10. I got to be honest with you.
Already?
Already.
Oh, God.
I mean, maybe they're saying because it was a 7th overall pick that they look at that as a steal? Maybe.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, he did have a great time in college, his numbers in 2017 weren't crazy good. 16 touchdown passes, 6 interceptions, while completing 56.3% of his passes. But he's done well in the pros. So Josh Allen was number 10 on his list. Number 9, Troy Aikman from UCLA, which makes sense. I didn't really get to see Troy Aikman play much.
Yeah, I can't really attest to that.
Look at Troy in that powder blue, though.
But I mean, he's known as one of the best quarterbacks of all time.
Correct. Yeah. And in 1989, he was the number 1 overall draft pick by the Dallas Cowboys. In the notes on him, Aikman possesses outstanding physical and athletic talent, running under a 4.7 at almost 220 pounds. He throws from every... Yeah.
220.
Yeah, Aikman's a big dude.
It's a big boy.
And he's the white Jay-Z, in case you all were wondering. That's one of my favorite side-by-sides of ever.
I'm sorry. That is still, to this day, one of the funniest side-by-side photos you will ever find, because they literally look like each
Adam,
other.
can you try to find that real quick? The Troy Aikman, Jay-Z side-by-side photo?
It's really scary.
It's like the nose that matches so perfectly.
It's a mind. It screws your mind. Okay, so now we move to number 8 on this list, and this was one of the names that I was just floored by.
Zach Wilson.
I want you guys to guess. I want you to guess. Okay, your guess is Zach Wilson?
No, heck no.
Corey, who do you think?
It's got to be somebody prospect that is outrageous.
Yep. That we all thought was going to be good, but this guy ended up flopping in the NFL.
Flopping.
Ryan Leaf.
Ryan Leaf? Wow.
Damn.
Man.
I really guessed that.
You nailed it. Oh, okay. Here's that.
Dude, that's so crazy.
Yeah. Troy Aikman is the white Jay-Z. Good for you, Troy Aikman. Thank you, Adam, for getting that up. I appreciate it. So we're on to number 8, Ryan Leaf. And yeah, Ryan Leaf, that was the craziest part because this was in 1998. If you remember, Michigan, I believe, played them in the Rose Bowl. And the talk was, who's going to be the number 1 overall pick? Peyton Manning or Ryan Leaf? And it was back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Obviously, Peyton had a better career, and they should not have gone with Ryan Leaf, but he was looked at as the prototypical quarterback coming out of college. Everybody wanted Ryan Leaf, and according to Mel Kiper, of all time, number 8 on his list.
You don't know what's funny? I wish we can find that meme. I'm going to try to find it, but no, the meme was a tweet. They were talking about who was one of the biggest quarterback bust of all NFL quarterback bust of all time, and Ryan Leaf retweeted and said, "Me."
Stop it.
At least he's self-aware.
That's amazing.
I love that. I love when players can rip on themselves. Number 7, Washington State again. Drew Bledsoe. Draft class 1993.
You know what? That is not shocking to me. A couple of my friends were like, Corey, how in the heck were you a Patriots fan? My cousin will tell you this. Drew Bledsoe is one of my favorite quarterbacks of all time. I did not even like Tom Brady initially because when Drew Bledsoe went down, I'm like, Tom Brady guy, man, taking Bledsoe's spot. This is supposed to be Bledsoe's time because I was so sick when the Patriots lost to the Packers that year against Brett Favre. I was hurt. But, I mean, just sticking on topic, Bledsoe was damn good.
He was a prospect. And, you know, Mel Kiper has him as a number 7 all-time prospect on this list. Number 6, Lions fans, we know how this one turned out.
Don't say it. Better not be who I think it is.
Who do you think it is?
Is it the Piano Man?
No.
Okay.
No. It's actually a Heisman Trophy winner that the Lions drafted named Andre Ware. Andre Ware was going to revolutionize the quarterback position. The Lions were on the forefront of having a mobile quarterback that could do everything. And this was in 1990, so we were 30 years ahead of the trend. But unfortunately, Andre Ware came to the Detroit Lions at the number 7 overall pick, and he was not what we thought he was. We didn't put enough pieces around him, but damn, you think back to those early 90s teams with Barry and Herman Moore and Brett Perriman and all those guys, and you think if Andre Ware could have been what he was supposed to be, how great the organization would have been. Like, he's honestly, what everybody's comparing Trey Lance, he was like Trey Lance before Trey Lance. Yeah?
That's, I mean, it was not, back then, I don't even know who the hell this guy is. Old school.
1990. So that was Andre Ware. Number 5, Jim Kelly, 1983, University of Miami.
Ooh, yeah. Jim Kelly was a bad boy from what I read and saw. Just, damn, man, you're just, every time I just think of him, I just think about losing 4 straight Super Bowls.
Yeah. Actually, now I think about him beating cancer. Like, that's what I think about.
Yeah.
But for the longest time, it was him losing 4 straight Super Bowls.
Way to make Corey feel like
no,
shit.
That's a recent thing, though. But, like, you know, you saw his whole, Kelly Tough and all that stuff. Like, you see those stories, and obviously I lost my father to cancer, so it sticks out a little bit more to me. But the fact that he was able to battle back and, watching the story with his family supporting him and him going to Bills games after he beat cancer and stuff like that, it was just, just a nice little story. But, yeah, overall, number 5 college quarterback prospect of all time. Number 4. Who do you guys think is number 4?
You got to smirk. It's going to be like some
Well,
dumb
there's a reason I brought this up. And number 4 is the reason.
Of all time. A hint?
A hint?
Trevor.
Oh.
A hint? Trevor Lawrence. The number 4 of all time. Better than Jim Kelly. Better than Andre Ware. Better than Drew Bledsoe. Better than Troy Aikman. And better than Josh Allen.
This is why he's going to be an NFL bust. All of this hype coming up around him, before he's even in the NFL. Let's at least see some of this.
Oh my God,
It's
Joey!
just-
Can somebody explain?
I'm not that mad at that.
Really?
Can somebody explain to Joey that these are the top 10 all-time prospects,
Yeah,
not
that's what I'm
players?
I'm not mad
Like,
at that.
Jesus.
Yeah, it's just a prospect.
Yeah, Ryan Leaf is on this list, so obviously one of these could be a bust. Trevor Lawrence could be a bust.
Which he will be.
Which he will be.
Oh my God! I can't wait to screenshot that.
Yeah, I'm not mad at that as far as prospects, because I mean, Trevor Lawrence has had a top college quarterback career.
Dude, he won a national championship at 18 years
Yeah,
old,
right.
and then threw for 7,000 yards after that.
Yeah, it's hard to argue it.
Yeah, so Trevor Lawrence, and that's why I brought this up, because it's not, obviously we got 98 on here, we got 83, we got the 90s, we got other all over the map. This is really the only like super current one, obviously, besides Josh Allen.
Would you say that he has the best college career in history?
In history? Ooh.
Where does he rank on that?
I don't know in history, because... What's that?
I wouldn't even put him in the top 10.
You wouldn't... Best college career in history? Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't know. I would... Honestly, I'm not going to speak on
Tebow
that.
had a way better college career, so no, it's just...
Yeah, you could argue that Jalen Hurts had a better college career at some point, or, you know, like Tua had a good college career coming back and beating him in a national championship game. That's tough.
That's my thing. How do you, so Adam, how do you not put him at a top 10 for college career, but then you put him at a top prospect coming out of in the NFL draft?
Because you're evaluating him as a prospect. He's 6'6". He's got the weight. He has the arm talent. He has the look. He has the what's
hair.
the word? The hair.
Yeah, the hair.
He definitely
okay.
has the hair.
Okay.
He has everything you want in a franchise quarterback. Like, that is the definition of what a talent looks like. And again, we're evaluating as a prospect. But from an accomplishment career standpoint, he accomplished a very good amount. 1 national title, 2 appearances, all college football playoffs when he was there. But you have the Tebows. You have so many other college quarterbacks that just did more. Won Heisman's, actually accomplished more at the college game than he did. So I don't see why you have to compare the two.
Yeah, and the college game and the pro game is completely different, you know, and that's why they try to turn like Eric Crouch into a wide receiver, even though he was a Heisman-winning quarterback.
That's one thing I'll never understand. Played his entire career at that position. I mean, if you're gonna do that, at least give the guy some advice and switch him in college so he can learn it.
Yeah, I mean, they tried to make Tebow a tight end at one point.
Yeah,
Like,
he's built like a tight end. That's
they
for
just
sure.
try to fit these guys in where they can, because it's like, all right, he is a pure athlete. He does have talent, but, you know, dude can't throw the ball more than 15 yards, so he's not going to be an NFL quarterback. So, to Adam's point, I thought the Tebow was a great example of somebody who was more accomplished in college, but definitely not a better quarterback
Vince
prospect. Vince Young, accomplished and a good
Matt
quarterback.
Leinart?
Matt Leinart, yeah. Leinart was okay.
He was stats, man. Matt Leinart.
Sanchez, you know, like that was the debate when Stafford was up too. Are we taking Sanchez or are we taking Stafford? And I'm glad we took Stafford in that situation. So let's move to number 3, Peyton Manning, Tennessee, class of 1998. He did not win the Heisman, thanks to Charles Woodson and Michigan. They split the national championship that year. Everybody, if you go to Tennessee, they call it the Heistman, because they think Charles Woodson stole it from Peyton Manning. But obviously, Peyton was not only a great prospect coming out of college, he turned into one of the best pros that we've ever seen play the game.
It's Peyton Manning.
It's just Peyton Manning.
Whatever.
That whole family.
Number 2 on this list. And once again, what's interesting is this is a top 10 list. We've had 2 Washington State quarterbacks on there. Very strange, right? Because Washington State is not known as QB University. The top 2, both from Stanford. Who do you think is number 2 on this list?
Andrew Luck.
You are correct, sir. Andrew Luck, draft class of 2012, number 1 overall pick by the Indianapolis Colts. This is what Mel Kiper had to say when he was coming out. Luck has it all. Size, incredible smarts, accuracy, and a great work ethic. I compare him a lot to Peyton Manning, except Luck is more athletic. And he proved it.
That's really hard to argue. Just unfortunately, Andrew Luck had some misfortune in his career with his health, and the situation in Indianapolis didn't turn out what everybody expected it to be. But as far as a prospect, a QB prospect, the hype surrounding Andrew Luck was he was going to be the next
people thought he was really going to be the next face of the NFL.
Right.
So it's that's pretty much on par right there.
And that leaves us with number 1. Do you guys have any idea who went to Stanford and could be number 1?
Stanford. I mean, it's got to be the other guy behind us. It's got to be Elway.
John freaking Elway. Yes.
I didn't know he was a Stanford guy.
Yeah, ended up winning 2 Super Bowls at the very end of his career, but coming out, I mean, this guy was everything. I mean, everything. Draft class 1993, number 1 overall pick to Denver, and this is what Mel Kiper wrote back in 1983. Perhaps the best evaluation of his talents was given by the Cardinals coach Paul Wiggins. Anybody remember Paul Wiggins? Because I sure as hell don't.
No, I don't.
He's got the confidence and the field instincts of John Brody, special human qualities of Archie Manning, and the physical attributes of Terry Bradshaw.
So sounds like threw the best of everything into one player.
Exactly, and I don't even know who half those guys are. But you know, if it's Peyton Manning's dad and Terry Bradshaw, and you're talking about a quarterback, probably a good comparison.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
So John Elway, the number 1 all-time quarterback prospect, but not too far behind him at number 4, Trevor Lawrence, which is why we brought this up going into the draft, because we talked about Todd McShay has your boy Zach Wilson over Trevor Lawrence, and Mel Kiper saying, I almost have Trevor Lawrence over everybody ever.
So all these players that we just ran through, obviously a lot of them were old school, so I don't really remember. Were they all like every single draft board number 1 picks?
No. John Elway was number 1 overall. Andrew Luck, number 1 overall. Peyton, number 1 overall. Jim Kelly, number 14 overall.
But that's why I look at like Trevor Lawrence, even being at number 4 is still a shocker, because there is not I get that he has him, but like besides his draft board, everybody's got him at number 1.
Right.
Everybody, even with such elite quarterbacks in the league.
All right, so I got this question. So, of those prospects, we all just named, John Elway and Jim Kelly were in the same draft. But there was a quarterback taken before Jim Kelly, Todd Blackledge. I don't know who that guy is. I've never heard of him.
Who took him?
Yeah, who's the coach?
The Kansas City Chiefs took him.
Okay.
So I don't. What happened to that guy? If 2 of the top 10 prospects were in that same draft, Elway goes 1, and Jim Kelly goes 14.
Yep.
What the hell happened to Blackledge?
Same thing that happened to Ryan Leaf. And Ryan Leaf is actually on this list. So that's what's crazy, you know.
So Blackledge was not a high prospect?
I guess not. And this is where we get into like taking a risk on the Trey Lances of the world and stuff like that. Like, yeah, we see talent in them, but if we're really laying them out in the scheme of the things, it's like that is a risk, and that may not pay off. And it paid off for Jim Kelly, though. I mean, he had a great career in Buffalo. So that is the list of the top quarterback prospects of all time. We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we got Joey's News up next.
An ounce at Michigan dispensaries is over $300. Why pay that when you can grow your own? With just one light, you can pull down over 48 ounces every harvest. Do that math and then come see us at Grow Green, where we have everything you need to start growing and a staff of master growers to help guide you. Click growgreenmi.com.
Good morning, everyone. Extra, read all about it.
Let's get into Joey's News. Let's get into Joey's News. We're running a little bit late, Joey, so let's run it up.
The Lions will not franchise tag Kenny Golladay, and he is headed to free agency. And we just wrapped up talking about the players that are in the Basketball Hall of Fame finalists right now, and Ben Wallace, Chris Webber, 2 of the 14. And I am just excited about this. Oakland University, one that I am not so much excited about because they will not be in the March Madness tournament this year after losing to the number 1 ranked Cleveland State in their division, lost by 11. I was pissed. I really felt that there was going to be an OU in the tourney this year.
That would have been nice, man. I like when Oakland University's in there. I like when UAD makes the tournament. Western.
When's the last time U of D made it?
I believe it was when
right?
I was there in 2000.
Really?
Yeah.
Wasn't there one with Ray McCullum when he went in, or
Did they make it to the
I
tournament?
don't know.
I'll have to check that.
Yeah,
Go
but
ahead, keep talking. I'll check that.
Juwan Howard, Big Ten Coach of the Year, an impressive achievement in just his second season. So congratulations to him. Good luck to all of our Michigan teams in the college tournament. And number 1 undefeated, Gonzaga. Not wishing them any luck in the tournament, but they are still undefeated. They were losing by 12 points in the first half, but they ended up winning by 10 points. They are the first team since Kentucky in 2015 to head into the tournament undefeated.
Yeah. That's what happens when you play Little League teams.
Yes, it does. That's so true.
Yes, University of Detroit did make it in 2012.
Okay.
And
So that probably, I think, was
They
what it
lost in the second round to Kansas.
Oh, well, there you
1999,
go.
when I was there, is when they made it too.
Squad. They had a squad
Well,
back
they
then.
beat UCLA in the first round and then lost to Ohio State.
That's amazing.
Rashad Phillips, all eyes on 3. What up, no?
Hey, I just wanted to give a quick little shout out, though, to Northwestern Tech. It is the HVAC school that works, and we needed that in this building because it was so hot in here yesterday. But this is a career that's industry. It's just a pandemic-proof industry. 10.5-month hands-on program. So check out northwesterntech.edu. We got puppies walking in right now.
Yeah,
It's so
Joey's
hard to
getting
focus.
distracted.
So what was I talking about? northwesterntech.edu. Go check them out.
Thank you, Joey. And every Wednesday, we have the wonderful people from the Detroit Dog Rescue come here. And last week, you brought in a beautiful puppy, which, Corey, actually, come back up on stage real quick. We need you up here.
We do.
Because, Corey, you ended up adopting the dog that we had up on stage last week.
Sure did. Like I said, I put the dog in the family chat. Things got real serious between my uncle and my mom because they were going back and forth on who was going to get him. But I was just like, you see Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, right?
Yep.
I stole a line from Will Smith. She breastfed me, so I had to give it to my mom. Man.
She breastfed me. I'm shocked Joey's seen Fresh Prince.
That's amazing.
So yeah, Corey ended up getting the puppy, and you have pictures on your social media. You got him a nice blanket. What did you decide on the name? Because we did a name contest here. A lot of people had a lot of suggestions. I mean, we got hundreds of entries for names. What did you decide on for the name of your puppy?
Me, mom, brother, and sister, we all had a little powwow, so his name is Bentley.
Bentley.
Okay, I like that.
Couldn't afford the dog, so we couldn't afford the car, so we named the dog Bentley. Got it. Makes sense to me. Oh, yeah. Oh, it's okay. Corey could adjust the mic for her. But yeah, Detroit Dog Rescue, if you want to check them out, go to DetroitDogRescue.com right now. You can see profiles for all the puppies and all the dogs that they have up. And you guys just did, what was it? Was it 1,000? Was it a puppy mill?
Look
We
at this
did,
puppy.
Oh my God! Look at this guy.
Look at that old man face.
Oh my God! Oh, did you hear him?
Nice. Good service.
Can you hear him?
Can you hear that?
Yeah.
Crazy, right?
Is he purr?
So her name is Mary.
Hi, Mary.
And so Mary has a whack haircut right now. We got to get her into Lady Jane's stat.
I
What
love this
happened
thing.
is Bissell Pet
This
Foundation. Isn't she cool?
She's awesome.
She
Look at that
snorts a little
face.
bit, you know.
That's
but
what
Look at that face.
Right.
Hello. Welcome
Yeah.
to the Morning Woodward Show.
That's like a morning face if I ever saw it, right?
Right?
Look
I
at
love
that.
these little smush faces on
She's
these
giving
types of
that
dogs.
like, Christina, why'd you wake me up to
Right.
come hang out with these
That's
guys'
exactly
face?
what it was like. So Bissell Pet Foundation hit us up, and they had helped rescue like 126 dogs from a puppy mill. So
God.
all of these dogs came completely matted. Like you couldn't even see there was a dog in there.
You're talking about the saddest thing right now, but I
know,
can't
no,
help
so
but
like
laugh.
literally
right.
imagine like we shaved these dogs up, and then that's the face that was looking at us.
Aw.
But so you know their haircuts are a little whack right now, but we took over 20 of these dogs, partnered up with Bissell Pet Foundation, and
Kathy
they're all
Bissell's
looking for homes.
amazing.
That's my girl. She just never stops.
I'm not
And-
joking. Like, I'm gonna buy a vacuum just because of how amazing
yeah.
she is.
You should. And it's a local company.
Yeah.
5% of everything that you buy at Bissell goes back to how she's able to do this and rescue these dogs. So
I love how this
Mary
thing's,
was
like,
one of 20
snoring.
dogs. And yeah, put her up to the mic. She snorts all the time. But you can apply to adopt. Thanks. Such service here. I love it. DetroitDogRescue.com. You can apply to adopt Mary. There's a couple toy poodles. We'll have them up on the website. We want to, check out their health and everything first. But this is when you adopt these little dogs sometimes from pet stores and things like this. And yes, there are responsible breeders. This is Joey's making me laugh. This is
I want to stick to
sadly what happens. Just look at Joey. Just stare at him.
Yeah, explain what a puppy mill is for people that, like you hear the term all the time, but what is it? They're breeding dogs and then like really not taking care of them, just kind of treating them like cash objects.
Yeah, puppy mills are just a massive breeding operation. There's really no vet care. They're just alive to produce puppies. Like I said, Mary was completely matted, and her only job was to have more and more babies and be sold. And once they can't have any more babies, they kill them. So it's really sad. The conditions are usually horrific. And, you can see, like, we couldn't even see her paws. But she's a lot happier now that she can move, and we're getting her healthy. And she will be just great to go walking down Woodward. And, you can put her in a stroller if you choose to. People love doing that with these little dogs. And she's going to get a Woodward sports sweater. I mean, it's just going to be great.
Oh, man. I love her paws. Like, I love how you kept the paws furry.
Yeah, for sure. When we do these medical shave downs, we try to just get to them so we can do medical care. But she'll look beautiful soon. We'll put bows in her hair, but she was up
is
this
beautiful
morning.
already.
That's
that is a
right.
beautiful
Correct
pup.
Me on
She
that.
really is.
Yeah. Correct me on that. But, Bridget, our operations manager, is back there and said, we got to bring her. We need to showcase these dogs.
Yes.
So I said, I'm down.
So if you're looking for a dog, big dogs, small dogs, they have literally everything at the Detroit Dog Rescue. They go into the city. They rescue dogs in horrible conditions. Obviously, like you saw with this little girl, she was in a puppy mill, but now she's fine. She's going to get to a great home. And, I adopted a dog from the Detroit Dog Rescue, and one thing I can really attest to is that you guys take care of these animals. You train them before that you get them. Yeah. I really have had no issues with Woody when I adopted him, except he likes to chew on things, but that's what puppies do.
But, we've done this for probably 10 weeks or so, I'm going to guess. There has been 100% success rate when you bring in a dog of how well they're behaved. And we got 2 owners in the actual studio who like Corey was talking about how he's got to go check up on the dog because mom was gone at work, and they too
was good
going to the pad peeing.
Yeah.
You don't hear that with new dogs.
We just really try to make sure that it's going to be a dog that acclimates to your home. And you guys are great. Corey's mom came out to our adoption event at Orchard Mall over the weekend, but so many other people came out and said that they saw us on Woodward Sports and that they've been watching us on Wednesdays.
Awesome.
So you guys are really helping, and we can't thank you enough.
That's so good to hear. And if you want to help out, and it's really simple, and it's not that expensive. $5, and I feel like for just $5 a day. No, but it's $5. You can feed a doggy like this for an entire week. That's how far these beautiful people make that money stretch. And you're taking care of animals. You give them, $20. You're taking care of a dog for 4 weeks. That's awesome. And you can go on their website, DetroitDogRescue.com, and they have other items that they need donated: paper towels, bleach, blankets, toys, just all the things that you have lying around your house. Just drop off to Detroit Dog Rescue.
Yeah, absolutely. We'll take almost anything that you have, and we're really appreciative because you guys make this all happen. And if you want swag, we have T-shirts, sweatshirts, everything online. Ships right to you.
What kind of dog is this?
So that's a Pekingese mix. We think there's a little bit of pug in there too, but this breeding place was primarily Pekingese, poodles, Shih Tzus, those kinds of things. Look at that.
She likes my beard.
Aww.
She likes my beard.
Yeah, she's like, I've never felt humans before.
Bristly,
amazing. Yeah,
bristly beards.
She was so matted, but yes, I'm sure that
chill.
Yeah, she'll go have coffee with you next door at Roast, and she'll just sit with you at a restaurant. I mean, she's great.
We just need a moment of silence.
Awesome. Well, you guys, if you want to help out and you need a dog in your life, or you know somebody that needs a dog in their life and will be a responsible owner, please let them go to the Detroit Dog Rescue. And they're just great people doing good things in this city, and that's really what we here at Woodward Sports are all about, and Detroit Dog Rescue is all about. I got a question about Woody.
Yeah.
Was he surrendered after being adopted by somebody else?
No.
Okay, because
You are his first and only adopter.
a girl that works here, her name's Kennedy. She helps out with Baligian and Belle. She said she was on a pit bull rescue site and she saw a dog exactly like Woody.
There's an imposter, Woody?
Well, went to adopt him. He was already gone, and then a couple weeks later popped up with you guys.
No, we had just gotten him in, and honestly, so I think I told you the story. I was like thinking about keeping Woodward. I had just adopted my current dog now.
Okay.
And was like, I knew it was perfect for you. He was supposed to be Woodward. So no, he had been with us.
Okay,
Nobody
good.
else.
I just thought that I was hoping that somebody did adopt him, didn't like him, then like switch.
No, and that's the thing.
Switch rescues to try to like not give it back. You know?
That's terrible. No,
Right.
he came straight from an operation. He wasn't from another rescue.
Okay.
But we always give you the backstory on the dog.
Right.
If the dog has been returned, no fault of their own. If there's a potty training issue, we always are honest and. Not that we wouldn't be with you,
Right.
but
No.
you know, we want it to be a success. So no,
I
there's
just
an
always look
imposter.
at him in his eyes. I'm like, where have you been, buddy? What have you seen? I want to know your story. And I
She wants
never
more
will.
beard rubs.
I know. We want more beard lift. All right, so go to DetroitDogRescue.com right now. Help them out. You're helping out the city. You're helping out these beautiful life forms and giving them good lives, which they deserve, especially this one, which was going to be lined up to just have babies. And then, like you said, they were going to get rid of her. Like, I don't know how people do that shit.
Sweet
Watch,
little
she'll
Mary.
be like flying first class soon.
Heck
and
yeah.
Having lunch downtown. It's going to be great for her.
Well, let's take a quick break. When we come back, Fish will be on stage. It's time for Fish's Facts coming up next on the Woodward Sports Network.
Hey, Joey, are the cookies ready?
Uh-huh.
Joey, why is one missing?
I won't on the floor.
Joey, open your mouth.
Dang it, I got busted, but that was so worth it. I'm here at Crumble Cookies off of Rochester Road, right by the Imagine Theaters, and I'll tell you, these are the best cookies I've ever had in my entire life. I am not exaggerating, so come try them out. Free Cookie Day this Friday.
Is it time?
Yeah, it is.
Fish!
Go fish.
Fish Facts.
It's fish!
It's Fish! Every morning about 9:50, we bring on Fish, our beautiful intern, and he comes on and shares random facts about random sports that we don't typically cover here on the Morning Woodward Show. And what do you got today for us, Fishy?
Oh, well, yesterday we had Champions League. I'll sing the song in moments. We had Champions League yesterday, and this is where betting would matter, because if you chose Juventus to win the match, you would have won money. But if you chose Porto to win on aggregate, you would have won. So Juventus won the match 3-2, but they lost 4-4 because they scored less away goals than the other team.
So you said if they lost on aggregate, what does that mean?
So they played 2 matches.
Oh, okay.
They played 2 matches, and so that's one of the facts. They have failed to progress past the Champions League quarterfinal for the 3rd straight season since signing Ronaldo. Before, they reached the final twice in 4 years.
Wow. Okay.
So the person they signed, maybe that's not the best thing for them. It's also the first time in 15 years Ronaldo failed to reach the quarterfinals of the Champions League in consecutive seasons.
All right.
So, yeah, not good news. That was a pretty good match. The other one was Dortmund-Sevilla was 5-4 on aggregate.
Okay.
We go to this day in history, March 10th. The Vegas Golden Knights got the most wins by an expansion team after winning a 2-1 shootout. 20-12-3 was their record. They broke the tie. The Ducks, back in 93-94, the expansion team that got the same record.
Right. Yeah, and the Golden Knights ended up going on that year to compete for the Stanley Cup championship, but ended up losing.
Lost to the Capitals in 6, I think.
Yep, and gave Ovi his first trophy.
Yeah, I enjoyed that one.
I loved Ovi. Yeah, that's my favorite hockey player.
Dude, especially in NHL.
Yeah.
In the game, he's so good.
Yes. All right, Fish, what are your bets for today?
All right, the champions. We have games today. We have Leipzig, Liverpool, and then we have Barcelona, PSG.
Okay. What are the bets?
The bets, Barcelona is plus 137. PSG is plus 159. PSG is at 4-1 in aggregate, so they should win. But if you're betting for the actual game itself, Barcelona may win. They need goals. So if you're betting for the game, Barcelona should win because they need, let's see, it scored 1 away goal, so they need 4 goals, and they need to hope PSG don't get 1.
Got it.
Basically, if it's a tie, it has to be 4-1 to Barcelona for it to go to extra time.
So don't take the tie.
The game, this is where it gets confusing because you can bet the game or you can bet on aggregate.
Got it. Okay.
So for Barcelona, the only way they can go to extra time is if it's 4-1.
All right. What's your next bet?
The next bet is, I'm so excited. Football's back.
Yeah.
So exciting. National Rugby League is back. My favorite
Oh,
sport.
not football.
Well, they call it football.
Yeah, they
You'll
lie.
see it.
They're
Thursday night,
liars.
Thursday night football.
It's not football.
Thursday night
It's not football.
My favorite. It's the Rabbitohs and Storm.
Oh, nice.
The spread on this, I was shocked. It's 1.5. I'm going. The Storm will cover the spread.
Okay.
I don't know
like
why
that.
the spread's so low, but it's the over is 41.5.
That's a lot.
I think it'll be under.
Okay. Awesome.
But I'm very excited.
Finally
Finally back.
Rugby is your favorite sport. I know you say you like them all, but I feel like you get jacked up more for. I don't see you wearing any other hoodie but the All Blacks, and that's rugby.
No, that is a very favorite sport. Well, there's only
We
baseball.
got Fish's favorite sport.
Is it?
4 months into his internship.
Baseball is the only American summer sport, so I got to resort to other sports, and rugby's
So
one
Fish
of them.
hates baseball.
No, I don't hate baseball. I actually like baseball.
All right. Well, thank you, Fish, for your bets and
I
your
like them
facts of the day. And we found out a little bit more about Fish. Now it's time to get into Joey's dumbass of the day. You ready to do this? Alex, you got that video? All right, let's hit it.
To present the award,
It is Joey.
it is time.
Dumbass.
To the day.
Why would you do that? And the loser is...
Loser is... Who you got as your loser?
Miami Heat center by the name of Myers Leonard. So he used an anti-Jewish racial slur while streaming on Twitch. He was doing the Call of Duty live stream. And then he comes out there and... Do you have the video, actually? This is the video of him live streaming right here.
What? We're actually going to play the word?
Don't do that.
No.
Yeah, don't do that.
No,
Is it
what the
blurred?
hell?
Is it blurred?
It's not
How
blurred.
did you not check your video you send to Alex?
No, because I had Easy send it. Then don't do it.
No. We're good.
Yeah, don't do it.
We don't need to.
Next thing you know, we're the
down
dumbass of the day.
I think it was, but so yeah, he's doing this live stream.
What the fuck are we doing here?
No, I'm saying I think that it was blurred, but so he's doing this live stream, and then he comes out to say that he didn't know the meaning to the word.
Yeah, and for anybody listening and watching right now, he used the racial slur towards Jewish people that starts with a K.
Yeah, I've gone in many circles. Just steer clear of that stuff. Just okay. Look, somebody tweeted and I showed the stick yesterday. If it's 2021 and you're still using racial, anti-gay slurs,
misogynist,
like it's no longer a mistake. You're just a horrible person.
And it's like every single day, I feel like we got a long list of them. It's crazy.
Yeah, but let's dive into what he did.
Yeah. So. Do you want me to read what his release was?
Yeah, really, read everything, because not only did he say this word, his dumbass doubled down on it by saying...
Are we sure he really doubled down and said that? Because we gotta really fact.
Okay, that one I gotta dive in on, because he was saying
he didn't know what the word meant, and he would have used the N word. That's what he meant to say.
Did he really say that?
I gotta do more. I saw a couple tweets about that, and I was like, that can't be possible.
Because that's even like. We have to really look on that, because it's no way that you could have doubled down and said, "Oh, I didn't mean to use this racial slur. I meant to use another one."
So I mean, in the release that he said, he was like, "Well, I didn't know what the word meant at the time. My ignorance about its history and how offensive it is to the Jewish community is absolutely not an excuse, and I was just wrong. I am now more aware of its meaning, and I am committed to properly seeking out people who can help educate me about this type of hate and how we can fight it." And he just went on talking about that, and he ended it by saying, "I promise to do better and know that my future actions will be more powerful than my use of this word."
Great. You're an idiot.
These releases always kill me.
Yeah.
When you do something horrible like this, and then you just come out with this generically written release.
When he went on social media and doubled down, like, that's what made it so stupid to me. But yeah, that is our time for today. Corey, make a quick point, but we got to run.
Okay, quick point. Today is the 8-year anniversary of DeAndre Jordan dunking on Brandon Knight.
Oh, God. Poor Brandon Knight. Oh, poor Brandon Knight.
That honestly might be the nastiest dunk ever.
Poor Brandon. But you got to give Brandon Knight credit, knowing that he's going up against a 7-footer and he's all of 6 foot tall.
Look at the kid. Look at the kids.
Oh, my God. Look at Blake Griffin. Like, I'm going to come to Detroit and do nothing.
And not dunk.
God, Jose Calderon out there. Greg Monroe. What a hideous team. Jesus, that team was ugly.
Oh, Lord.
Oh, my God. Rest in peace to Brandon Knight. Thanks for playing. You guys have a great, what is it, Wednesday? You guys have a great Wednesday.
Oh, wow, it is.
We'll be back on tomorrow with Terry Foster, Thursdays with Terry. You guys want to do fedoras tomorrow? Fedoras for Terry?
Is it fedoras? Let's do it.
All right. So we'll see you guys. Make sure you're listening to Bell and the Baligian and Bell show coming up next at 11 a.m. And then, of course, The Hook. The Hook is here 3 to 5 every day on the Woodward Sports Network with 4-time Stanley Cup champion Darren McCarty. So make sure you're listening right here on the Woodward Sports Network. Have a great day, everybody.